What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to EmoséwA Live. I'm the bad guy, Nick H. The H is always silent as usual. Today's guest, I have over here Mr. Freddy Elite himself from JFELITEV. How you doing,
Sir,
my good sir?
I'm doing good, man. It's been a long day today, a long day at work, but I mean, I'm here now. I'm good. I'm having my little juice here.
Juice? Is it just
Today's
juice
sponsor,
or
by the yeah, it's just Ghost, and I'm drinking it at like 8:10 at 8:10, so I'm probably not gonna get any sleep. But it's okay because I got to do a lot of editing. Like I have like so many shows that I need to edit and so many projects that I gotta finish. So I'll probably stay up till 2 and then go to work at 7. So, but that's the
Mm,
editor life, I guess. So yeah.
see, I'm not even an editor myself, and I still, stay up till like 2.
You probably play video games. Oh, I play video games.
No,
When I have time, I'll play video games. I have like a lot of video games that I haven't finished. Like they're sitting there. Like the other day, I was playing Mortal Kombat 11, and there was a big chunk update that I didn't know. So it took 2 hours to download. So I was just like, wow, like that's how long I haven't played Mortal Kombat 11 on the Xbox One. So and there's a couple games I still got to beat. So yeah, how you doing, man?
doing good, good. Just go play off the whole games, whatever. I haven't played in a while, but I mean, the last game I played were like what, probably like Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. So I bought a bunch of games I wanted to play. Like I had the Spider-Man one. I usually game on PS4. It's
I buy games like once in like a blue moon. Like I was gonna buy the new Pokemon ones, the Shining Bright and Diamond, but Andy told me that they were like um they were too easy or something. I have Platinum on 3DS, so I might as well just finish that. That's another game I haven't finished. Is Pokemon Platinum, which is a combination of the two, on 3DS. And yeah, I should just finish that instead of spending money on the new ones that say everyone says they're remastered and everything. But they're just too easy. Like it's just too easy.
too easy.
So
Did
I'll
you get
just
your
I'll, what's up?
Did you get your hands on a Pokemon Snap? I know it's
No,
been out for a while,
I
but
actually didn't. No, I played the first one I remember on emulator back in the days when we could do emulators. I mean, I think we still
emulators.
can, but like Pokemon Snap. I like Pokemon, but the Snap doesn't really interest me at all. So,
Look who's commenting.
so
Pokemon Platinum is the best of the three.
is that Franco?
That is Franco.
Franco, he should be asleep for work or something. He should be asleep. He said he works the graveyard, so I think he should be sleeping right now.
Should be asleep.
Unless he's off, I don't know. Unless he's editing or something, I don't know. So, but
Can't
yeah,
tell me and he did not enjoy Pokemon Snap. That's too bad.
it's been a while, man. It's been a while. I mean, I like the Pokemon Stadium, was it? For the Nintendo 64, I believe it was, and I'll play that once in a while with my friends. We'll have tournaments and everything. So yeah, I think there's a new. What's the newest Pokemon like fighting game? Isn't it like Dokkan tournament or something? I don't know what it's called. Then
Something
you
I
go.
remember playing
I
it
think
like
like
once.
yeah, Dokkan tournament, or they give you like 8 Pokemons and then you just fight and everything. I didn't get to play that one. I still enjoy the Coliseum one, so pretty cool. But
Nice.
so
Um, so I was kind of looking back at that episode you did or whatever, seeing like what questions should I dodge, avoid.
ooh,
Ooh.
I don't know.
I
I'm not
know
allowed to say that.
I know
Copyrighted.
attachment to that now, babe. Well, sometimes camera guy. Um, yeah, so I was trying to look back, saying like what questions, because one of the questions I was asking on here was favorite taco, but you kind of already answered that. I mean, I know you had said that y'all been doing this for like a year.
Yeah.
Um,
Since May 24th of last year, I had just checked on YouTube. That was like our first video. So it's been a year and about 6 months or so. So
how what was like the big inspiration of starting, like getting right into doing this?
okay. Well, I kind of have I already have a YouTube channel. It's like a personal one, so I don't really. I haven't posted on that one in a long time. So I learned a lot from that. But me and my nephew Jose, which is not here, I tried to get him to come, but I think he's working. Um, what's it called? We just were bored during the whole pandemic, and I like when we started this. I didn't know that other people did this. I thought it was going to be a first time thing because we never went to any of the shows and everything. So we're like, I was like, I messaged I think Jeff from GCWA, and I told him, hey, can I bring a camera? Can I film? Can I, edit Can I edit some stuff for like my YouTube channel and everything? And he was like, go ahead, man, bring all the cameras you want, this and that and everything. And I thought like I was going to come with the whole crew and everything, but no, it was just me and Jose. So we went to I think GCWA Drive-Ins and Dives, which I think was on May 26th or May 24th, 5th or something like that. And yeah, so we just started doing that, and we were just doing a tryout. And then I kind of like I really like editing. So and so I was just like, well, Jose, he's like my, I know he doesn't do much, but he's like my mate. He's my go-to. He's the one that has all the ideas. Like when it comes to ideas, I'm just like, but on editing, like all my ideas on editing are good. But when it comes to Jose, like if he has like a certain thing he wants to do for a video and everything, he's on top of it. So yeah, but yeah, man, it's just been a ride with JFLE. I mean, I think we're like at 165 right now. So yeah, so we're just going up. I think before the show that we just recently did, which I didn't see you at, by the way. Um,
No, I don't really appear as much because I'm always at work.
what's it called? We went to that show. We had 156, and then of course Jose. Didn't know Crowley was going to be there, so he didn't wear his Crowley shirt. And I told him, "Hey,
Mm.
Crowley's going to be there." And he's like, "Oh, you didn't tell me." And I was like, "He's like, well, okay, well, I'll just." So he just wore his JF Elite shirt. I think that gained us some subscriptions because people were like looking
The
at me and
advertisement.
him, say, "Oh, advertisement exactly." So, yeah, so the JF, it's funny story with the JF Elite V shirt. Like Jose always wear it. He always wears it. I wore it one time when I went to Laredo. No, actually, I didn't wear it. I was gonna wear it, but I forgot. I rushed out and I wore a Crowley shirt. But I did wear it one time to, I don't remember. I don't remember what show it was. And I've had that shirt for about a year, and it was my first time wearing it. And Jose was like, "Oh wow, it's gonna rain because you're actually wearing the JFLE V shirt." And it had the tag and everything. Like it was like so. But yeah, man, it's just been a ride. I'm sure it's been a ride for you guys as well too. I mean, y'all are like a whole group. Like y'all do different things. Like I used to get confused because I was like, before I was like, sorry if I'm talking too fast because
Oh, you're good.
the ghost energy is like
The
hitting
ghost energy.
me. Crowley, if you're watching, you're probably not,
Mm.
but anyways, like you guys are a whole like squad. Like I said, I used to get confused because y'all were wrestling tacos, and then I saw EmoséwA Productions, and then I was like, wait, what's going on here? Like, are they the same people or what? And then I don't know what, and it just Franco told me the story how it kind of started, and then he wished he didn't do it in two different accounts or whatever. So y'all are doing like a big combination and everything. So, but yeah, I know it's been a ride for you guys as well too, and with all y'all with the different podcasts. You got wrestling, you got Woo-Woos, you got the Friday the 14th. Y'all
Friday.
do like a lot of stuff. So, but y'all are a big squad. Y'all sound like we're all from Texas, anyways.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we've been going on for like a bit over 3 years.
Oh
So
wow.
like 2018.
Funny story.
Before us.
I was watching your. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I
Hey,
was
good.
watching your older videos, like I like the skits and stuff, because
The cringy
I
stuff.
had some downtime, and I was like, let me. And my favorite one was the Endgame one, where where Franco has. I guess he hasn't seen Endgame, and he just pop up everywhere he goes, and he's like, "How'd you get in my car?" And then one time, like I think you were in the dumpster, and he's like, "What the? How'd you get in there?" So that was like one of my favorite skits that you guys did. I think it was called Endgame, Don't Spoil It, or something
Don't
like
spoil
that.
the end game.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, and I was cracking up the whole time I was watching that. I was like, man, I don't know. I don't think we could pull off skits because we don't have a crew or anything. And Jose always has ideas, but some of them are just like unbelievable. So, but I mean, sometimes they are believable. So yeah, man. So
I mean, the stream's supposed to be all about you, but I'm gonna get a little give
Oh,
little
it's
fun facts, slow
dude. I have all the
backstories.
time. I'll have all the time in the world. So
It's
as
like,
long as my iPad doesn't die, which
but it's
is
like,
good because it's charged, so it's charging. So
let's not make this about yourself now, bad guy. so,
I know. Oh, go ahead.
so the end that whole skit video that was an idea that was brought up by Mr. Fuentes, which is I don't know if you know about him fully, but yeah, my host from Friday the 14th, who happens to be a rapper around here. He came up with the idea, and most of our skits are just improv. There's like no written dialogue to it, so whatever you hear, just it's just random. And nowadays, I mean, Franco's trying to write a script and have dialogue in it, but when we're doing that, we're like we got like, what's the line? What's the lines? Considering how we were starting, he's trying to keep it more professional now.
Yeah,
But
it's hard.
going back to the whole reason why I guess you get confused about two different brands like EmoséwA Productions and Resin Tacos. I mean, we started as Resin Kingdom, and then
Yeah, I
we
know. I
we slowly went to entertainment. It's
yeah, you
pretty
gotta evolve, dude. You gotta evolve. So
evolve.
yep, you gotta revamp.
Yeah, because initially he just wanted to do like a podcast or little videos to, because we're doing like conventions and whatnot, like RealmsCon, Comic Con, trying to sell stuff. Um, and then the whole skit ideas was kind of just me throwing it out there. Like I don't know what the hell to do, but it was like, all right, let's do like the skit. And I just had this idea, like we should have like a stalker type to the video, and that's where the whole box thing comes from. Just
And
different
that
little stuff.
and Nico's really popular.
Nickels,
Nico's,
yeah.
whatever it's called. I tried to get Franco. What did he say? That he had the last box or something, so there was no way for me to acquire it. So, but the original box, the black and white one that you said takes 5 minutes or however much minutes it took you to do compared to the awesome one you did on the phone, I was just like, you actually have the time and patience for that. It's just crazy, dude. So
Yeah, most of my drawings I never spend too long on them. I'm a lazy artist, so whenever I draw, I just make like just draw it really quick, and then that's it. And then of course on the phone, I mean, yeah, it took a long time, man. There was an incident that happened. I feel like I should have mentioned it really, but I mean, but yeah, that thing just kept me distracted while this whole incident happened. Um, I think you already kind of answered my question. I was gonna ask you what was the whole relation with you and Jose, because I really kind of know y'all. I was gonna
yeah,
say like,
the
was it a
the thing
friendship? But
is,
you said it was nephew.
yeah, the thing is, I run the JF Elite V Instagram, so a lot of people think it's me because I post pictures of me, and once in a while post pictures or videos of me and Jose. But it's mostly me. Like when I go to the gym, it's like me. When I do, like, it's weird because like I wanted to make a professional page and just be like just all content, but then like I kind of want to know, like I see the wrestlers, they post, they go to the gym when they're doing little things, so I kind of want to like fit in the, like if I had my own account and it was JF Elite V. But a lot of people think that like just it's just me, but it's not just me. Jose doesn't get a lot of credit for it for some reason, but I mean I mean it, I don't know, like it feels, I don't know, like it's my baby and everything, so, and Jose's part of it, but it just, I don't know, it's like I'm not gonna like make it my own page and just, you know, it seems like it's heading that way because it's all about me. But I mean, when I can throw content with Jose on the JF Elite Instagram, it's that's pretty cool, and I get a lot of responses and everything. So, but yeah, we're a team. I mean, I do most of the editing. Well, I do all the editing, but I mean, he, like I say, he comes up with the ideas and everything. We just put them to fruition and just like, why not? But yeah, so it's just crazy, but that's who we are. That's who I am. That's who he is. So
Um, Another question, I don't know. I just throw it out there because I'm pretty sure your first exposure to Rest Tacos, I mean, it
yes,
was like Franco and Andy.
yeah, pretty
Was
much.
to like, did y'all just like kind of like assume that it was like they were like the main guys, or I don't know. Because I feel like
Oh
whenever I'm seeing, I'm kind of like the third guy. Like wait, who's that
yeah,
guy?
Jose. Funny story. Jose always says because when we see you at the shows, I mean, like we'll talk once in a while, but he says, "Oh, the quiet guy. He never talks. He's just like there because we he always talks to like Franco and Andy or Ti-Fi, but like he doesn't talk to like you. He's like I don't know. I feel weird talking to him because he doesn't really talk and he's quiet and everything. I was like, well, I talk to him all the time. I talk to him on Instagram, and he's like, what? Like, I was like, yeah, you got to get to know him. You know, it's I guess you don't open up easily, or you're just I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I
It's
seriously, I never thought I would be doing this with you when I first met you because I thought you were not the third wheel, but like I know like you were just real quiet compared to like Franco and Andy and Franco's the one that approached me because I didn't know who Wrestling Tacos was. I know he like well I kind of did, but I think it was at Hotter Than Texas
hotter in
too.
Texas.
Yeah,
I think I
like
showed
we
up
were
to that
there,
one.
he was there, and I kept saying seeing the purple haired guys, and I was just like, well, like you know, because I think Andy had purple hair and Franco had purple hair or green or something like that,
Yeah,
and then we didn't speak at all, and then I think the next show. Franco was like, "Oh, hey, you guys are JFELITEV," because I think Jose was wearing his shirt. He's like, "It's nice to meet you guys." So I think Franco like broke the mold, and like that's how we started talking and collabing and everything. And it's just it's you know how it's gone from there is like the whole we just I don't know it's like if it wasn't for social media like I wouldn't know all these certain people or wrestlers, so I'm kind of glad that we got into this field and we get to meet cool guys like you and Andy and Franco, even though Andy's moving to Alabama, but it's all good, I
yeah,
guess.
just to be a second time moving away. But I don't want
But
to be like, oh yeah, it's all your fault.
yeah,
Nah, do you?
yeah, like I said, you do your thing. Like they do the most of the wrestling stuff. You go to the shows. You do your little Friday the 14th, like the horror shows, and which I've been watching more and more and often. Like the last one was pretty dope with Jack Frost and
Jack Frost.
Jack Frost in space and or Ginger Man in space or whatever it was. So
Well, just to answer, I guess Jose's little thing. It's not really so much that I'm a quiet person. I mean, I'm self make myself that way. I mean, if I want to, I could talk. I don't like opening up to just any single person, or if topics aren't really that interesting to me, I just won't. If I have no input, I'm not gonna put in any. I'm not gonna talk if I don't know what the subject is of the. And I mean, it's hilarious to say that. But I mean, like Andy and Frank are like as awkward or weird.
y'all are related, right, or something, or
No, no, no. We're just
I
like
thought y'all
best
were all
friends.
related for some reason. I thought y'all were
See,
all related. So
I know Franco since like 05, 06. That's how long we've been like friends.
mm-hmm.
When the elementary school, but then he moved to Corpus. I was from a different town. And then that's where he met Andy in high school. So it's just like that
I thought you
connection
said
just kind of
Andy
got
was
it.
his cousin. Was he joking about that? Because when I
Oh,
first met
that
him,
they gave away I gave away information I was supposed to.
oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, this is EmoséwA Live. I feel like the gimmicks are out the door. You can't. This is
I'm
whatever's here
sorry.
is here.
I was just assuming I didn't know.
I mean,
But
the last name I ought to assume that's
yes, exactly. So, but
nah. We're just three best friends. I mean, we did stuff. I'd say they're attempted to be a rap duo group.
I
I
still
don't know
don't
if
know.
Franco ever told you that story.
Yeah, I really don't know much about like y'all been promoting like Robzilla or Mr. Fuentes, like and their shows and stuff like that. I'm kind of curious, and maybe I would want to go to one just to check it out with you guys, you know. But maybe in the future we can work out with that. So, but
Yeah,
we'll
those
see.
two guys are two couple of guys we kind of came across when we went to House of Rock. They would do open mic nights. Pretty cool dudes. I mean, they're honorary members to the channel. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Mr. Fuentes is more involved. Like, he started doing the Friday the 14th and all that. You see him appear in skits. Yeah, those
Uh,
guys are pretty
I
cool.
might be on a Friday the 14th, maybe next year sometime. Maybe I'll join you guys for a movie. It'd be cool to see all three of us just talking. So
Yeah, I'm always down to. I mean, I've been wanting to have guests on, like to appear.
well, you had
Um,
Franco on a couple episodes.
that doesn't count. You
Oh,
know, Franco's the one that the whole idea of Friday the 14th. He wanted to start it with another guy that was in part of the brand. He named Manny Fresh. Those two guys started it, and then Fuentes. I'm sorry, Fuentes, but you self-invited yourself to be the third host. But I mean, Franco's okay with it, but and then because a year had passed by, it was just them three, and then I was told to be on.
you were told like it's a job,
So no one's like, "Oh, you want to
and
be
you
on
get paid
Friday
for it.
14?" I was like, "All right, I'll join on." Because I mean, I'm a guy's who's really into horror.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean, because
pretty
you can
into
tell
horror.
my background
I
here.
know, I know. I was gonna say like you're like the perfect candidate for that. Like just you have all the posters and whatnot, so that's pretty cool. So
And you know, Friday the 14th was it's probably the current thing because I mean, we had other podcasts that we're doing. We had this podcast with just me, Franco, and Andy called Fans Randomness, but then we joke around saying Only Fans.
oh
That
wow,
was our only fans podcast, and we just review random shit. And before that, there was a podcast I made called Population Podcast, where it was about collecting like Funko Pops or
hmm
different figures.
that's pretty cool. You're a big collector of those as well too. I'm pretty sure.
Funko, I mean, I stopped collecting a bit. I just been mainly like collecting like Power Ranger figures.
I have the Yu-Gi-Oh ones, like all the Yu-Gi-Oh ones that came out not too long ago. So I think that's and the Mega Man Funko that I got for my birthday, and that's about it. So, but,
I mean, I have some on the side here, like I have a Randy Orton one, Stone
oh,
Cold,
oh damn, those are nice.
and then above like my monitor thing over here, I have the Elite, like Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
Ooh, I know you have that Omega Brawler buddy that you showed me the other
I additionally,
day.
yeah, because on the freaking ring side, they I don't know when they're planning on releasing it. That's like all sometime that they're gonna release their things. And I saw Amazon had like Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I saw that too.
It's like, shh,
And I was like,
I
oh,
only
he's
got
giving
Kenny
me
Omega.
ideas, but you know,
Don't do it, man. The
I don't know because
enabler.
we're going through budget cuts, so
Budget
if
cuts.
you know what that's all about. We're gonna revamp budget cuts,
Mm.
everything. So yes, sir. It's been a journey, that's for sure.
And I was always just talking about all the podcasts I was on. And of course, I cannot not mention Wrestling Tacos, the original.
Of course. Well,
There's
what do you call it? What happened to? I think I saw one episode of the Franco and Nick show.
the Frank and Nick show.
Yes, and I think I just saw one episode, so I don't know if you guys went with it or you rolled with it because I don't think I saw any other ones after that. It was just I was like, I guess it
So
got canceled.
yeah, we never did anything other than that, and it just became an ongoing joke that like that we got canceled.
Yeah. And it was fun to see how y'all were making y'all's own commercials and sponsoring for that, like with Nico's cereal and everything. I was just like, wow, these guys are wow. Back then they were not that you're not doing a good job,
Oh,
not that y'all are not doing a job, but y'all were like it was just like it was interesting just to go to y'all's back catalog and just see like where y'all kind of started to where y'all are from now and the whole evolving thing. So it's just like you can tell you guys are becoming more professional and more consistent with everything. So I know Franco, he's been doing like this is the most uploads he's been doing that I've seen him do in a long time. So he does more uploads than me, and I feel like I'm over here like I think he'll get all the edits. Like he'll get the BOW show that we went to Saturday. I think he'll get that up before me because I'm still working on mine and Jose's last pro wrestling crate that we just did before we went to the show. So stay tuned for that. That'll be out. We got a pretty cool, awesome shirt on that Kenny Omega shirt. Just throw it out there, and you'll see when that comes out. Maybe in a day or two, it'll be coming out. But me and Jose we tried to experiment with. Speaking of podcasts, we tried to we kind of want to do a podcast, but we feel like we had to get the professional microphones And you know how you're talking and you had to have the backdrop and everything. But I told him, like, I don't know if podcasts, like, for me, it's not a big thing. Like, if I'm on the road and I'm like driving to a wrestling show, like, I, for instance, when I went to the last couple of shows, I've been listening to y'all, the podcast that um, Franco and Andy been doing with like Royal Taxation, the Wrestler of the Week, the podcast of those. So we listen to those on the way to the shows. But since the season's over, I mean, we're just listening to music.
Mm.
But we got the idea of trying to do a podcast, but like we don't want to copy y'all, we don't want to be another clone. So we're trying to come up with our own podcast.
I mean,
And
we're not the originators.
oh, I know, but we're kind of similar in the way, like, we started going like to all the same shows. He promote like y'all promote me, I promote y'all, and like I don't know. It feels like we're a bunch of fanboys just supporting each other. To be honest, because I know other people that do the same thing we do, and they're just like, I don't know, like they don't really like support each other. But I think like you guys and us guys, we have like a great, like, awesome connection, like with everything, like everything we do. And 2022, we hope to do maybe a podcast, another podcast with you guys, maybe with Jose, with me here, and like we can just maybe have another one of these, but with him here, or with the
Yeah.
Wrestler of the Week, or something like that. But like I said, podcast. Right now, we're kind of thinking of something, but we're kind of clueless right now. Jose comes up with the ideas and everything. So if you can come up with something clever girl, um, we can we can see where we can head with that. But as far right now, we're just sticking to wrestling shows and editings and shorts and stuff like that, which I like to do most of the time, all the time. So, but yeah. But I know you guys have been doing success on y'all's podcasts and everything. So just keep up the great work. You guys are doing good. And sometimes I'm jealous because I'm just like, man, these guys are freaking grinding it out, and I'm over here like being lazy and everything. And I'm just like I need to get this content out and whatnot. But I'm an editor, so like I got people that approach me all the time for stuff, and I'm just like, okay, well, let's see. So, but I will talk about more of that maybe a little later, the whole editing thing. So, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You
And
wanna?
I'm sorry if I'm rambling or
I
venting
mean,
or anything. So, like,
it's
I
all
need to
it's all
slow
good.
down. I think I need to slow down my voice. Like I
it,
think this is kicking in. So,
it beats the
oh,
dead silence that it can have moments where it's dead. You keep the stream alive. I mean, I wanted to go into the topic of the whole start of the ghost and sponsoring all that.
is
But
that
I mean,
Dr. Pepper?
I try
That
to
you're
get a ghost to show off and have a drink one, but I not find one. There's two stores I tried in my area, and I just not see shit. So I was like, Dr. Pepper, that's my
Oh, that's
go-to
there.
drink.
That's your sponsor. It's funny stories. I think Franco had tried one of the. I think he tried this one, and he said like, "Oh, I'll just stick." Because I remember you told me, "Oh, you just stick to Dr. Pepper and whatnot." And Franco was like, "I'll just stick to Dr. Pepper," and I was just like, "Wait a minute." So I guess y'all both drink Dr. Pepper.
The
So
same guy.
yep.
there's there's similarities and there's some things that separate.
Popeyes and Dr. Pepper, I guess.
Popeyes. I don't know who. I mean, I feel like it was pretty much me that got him to Popeyes, and then Tiff used to work at Popeyes, so I guess his love grew even stronger with that. How stupid.
Holy snap! There's a lot to cover in this episode. Like I think we're about almost 30 minutes, but I
It's a
mean
lot
we
to
can keep
cover.
going. We can keep going as long as we want.
Okay,
So
so yeah, the ghost thing.
that's just I don't know. I blame Crowley for that one.
It's like a one big inside joke.
Yes, it started as a joke, and then me and Crowley were just like, you know what, let's just let's just roll with it, whatever. Because he likes to have a lot of fun. He's Crowley. You don't know, like in real life, he's awesome. Like great energy, great person. Like I'm glad he's like one of my good friends, and it's a pleasure to work with him, and see him perform live. But with Lilith, but he just because I'm currently working on a project for him, and I think at TWL, which is I think this Saturday, we he was just like, you know what, let's just let's get a one of these and let's make a commercial for, we're not sponsored or anything, but let's just make a commercial. I'll work, we'll take video whatever, and we'll put it on Instagram, and we'll tag Ghost Lifestyle. So because of that, he just started saying oh, I lost my train of thought here. The Alpha DPC and the Ghost is like kicking in, but yeah, and so yeah, we plan on doing like a little funny skit maybe sometime soon, and stay tuned for that. But the thing with him is, the first ghost that I tried was the blueberry one. His favorite one is the sour watermelon. So when I tried the blueberry one, I think he started it because he put fuck JFELITEV with that flavorless. Can I cuss? I don't know.
Yeah, you can guess.
Okay, it's like fuck JFELITEV with that flavorless blueberry bullshit with no flavor. Sour watermelon's the one to go. So because of that, I think we got what's his name, LX3, or what's his name? He's another wrestler.
Yeah, like
Um,
straight.
yeah, him, and then of course then everyone started trying it, and we were just like, you know what, let's just do it. Let's tag Ghost Lifestyle, whatnot. So we started tagging Ghost Lifestyle, and they were liking our responses. Like we would get hearts, and me and Crowley would be like, we would message each other like, hey, look, they hearted our whatever we posted on Instagram. So and I told him, Crowley, you have a good following. He's got like 60.1K followers. So I was just like, that's enough. Is and then seeing everyone, and then everyone just starts tagging each other and everything like that. Like, you got Hi-Fi, you got LX3, and you, Franco, like we're all tagging each other, and like Ghost is like loving all of our comments. So that's how that started. Started out as a joke, and I told him, let's just roll with it. If we get sponsored, we get sponsored. If we don't get sponsored, at least we tried, and it was fun. It's a fun thing to do. So because we have fun here. So
We have fun here.
yeah.
No drama.
No
No, man.
drama. We have fun here. Exactly.
What that whole I mean the whole ghost thing. I mean, whenever initially when I grabbed mine, it was
You
more.
tried
It
the
was huh?
you tried the blue one first, right? Or which one
I
first?
tried the blue because I had bought the blue one and the red one at the same time. I had one
Okay.
out of town. What was Thanksgiving Day, I think, or around that time. Um, I don't think it was really so much like I was trying to give into the hype. It was just more like, oh, I love Sour Patch Kids, so I was like, all right, Sour Patch, let's go with it. And it's like blue, the blueberry. I mean, blue's like one of my favorite colors, so
Mhm.
I mean that's why I kind of made the joke about saying like it's the bad guy flavor, the bad guy
Oh yeah.
edition.
Yeah. Bad guy edition.
So like blue, yeah, and then the red one's like I tried both of them. I think I like the blue one more than the red one.
Thank you. Exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. But
Yeah, I was telling
Crowley
Franco
insists
that.
that the red one tastes better than the blue one. But I think the blue one just tastes better than the red one. So
Yeah, I was telling Franco like, oh, the blue one tastes better than the red one. He's like, oh, lies. Said it's not lies.
well, I don't know. But yeah, I think Tiffany or Tiff, Ti-Fi, she tried the blue one too. And
Many
I tagged
names.
Crowley. I was like, you see, there's people that are interested in the blue one. I think Alex3 went, well, that they were out of the sour melon. So he went with the blue one, and he liked it. So, and I sent the message to Crowley. I was like, you see, people are liking the blue one. Just, sour watermelon has a lot of flavor, but the blueberry one, I don't know. It's like, it's just more, I don't know. This one's more tangy. The blueberry is more like kind of sweetish. But apparently it doesn't have any flavor, according to the death dealer. So it's all good.
It's so
It's all
flavored.
good.
Man.
It's all good.
Could
So yeah,
taste it.
the whole ghost thing was just a funny thing, and we just rolled with it, and people react. We didn't know we were gonna get a reaction, but we did, and we'll see what happens when we. I think he'll be at TWL. We'll probably film something. If not, maybe sometime next year. But I can't guarantee anything. So
Mm.
because he's a busy guy, so you know how that works. So yeah. So
Said it'll be a
did you like the ghost? Like, did you like it, or did you say it was not your thing? Because you said
uh the whole ghost thing. I mean, is that the stores I've been to lately, they haven't really had any, so I haven't been able to. grab on as getting lately. But I mean, I wouldn't trying it more. But thing is, I mean, those aren't just go. You just don't drink them like a regular basis. You
Yeah, some people do though. I know I have people at work that drink 3 or 4 a day, and I don't know how they even do that. I'll drink one in the morning, maybe one in the afternoon after work, after 8 hours, or before I go to the gym. But that's about it. But some people
yeah, I
drink
mean,
it like religiously, like
just
crowd.
use just like for energy. But I mean, I wake up with energy.
Yeah. So
Said,
yeah,
I mean, something
Ghost.
hope coming comes out of it. I mean, it's fun to get sponsored by Ghost, and can imagine the day I get sponsored like Dr Pepper or Popeyes. That'd be pretty sweet. It's sad I don't advertise it as much, but I mean, for the
Yeah.
people that know me, they know I'm obsessed with that. Um, so when did the shirt collection start about like with the Pokemon and the
Oh,
whole the
speaking of it, I'm wearing my
Swolemon
Gainsgar shirt right now. Just holding a
the
bunch of
Games Gar.
dumbbells. Gainsgar. That was funny because I'm actually, even though it's been a while, but I'm like a big gym guy. I know I probably don't look like it because I'm like skinny and whatever, but yeah, it, the company never doesn't exist anymore. But they were called Tough and Tiny, and they just kind of reached out to me because I was posting some Pokemon content on my. I had another Instagram account, and they saw they like doing the gym. They're like Pokemon. Like I would post like, I mean, I'm really not a big Pokemon guy. Like so, I don't know what, but my friends were
Mm,
like I didn't
I-
collect any of the cards, but yeah, they just it was not like a sponsorship. It was just like, hey, we'll give you a discount and we'll try the shirts on and just promote it on social media, and they're not sponsored, no discount code or anything like that. And I was like, okay, cool. So I tried my first shirt. For you guys don't know, they make gym shirts, Pokemon shirts that are gym shirts. Like, we got Pick a Huge, we got Gainsgar, we got Jigglypuff, which you kind of got the Jigglypuff shirt. I have Do You EV Lift? I have instead of Squirtle, it was Squaddle. What else do I have? I have Growl Lift. I have Snorflex. Uh, like I have a whole collection. I need to see. There's the one with the dig. What is it? I don't remember. But this is the one. This is the Gainsgar one. So, but yeah, I have a whole collection. Because I like the shirts, and it's weird because when I go to the gym or like sometimes I'll just wear them out like in public. People be like, "Hey, I love your shirt. I love your shirt." But the one that gets the most common is my uh, I think what is it, Swolemander, which is so instead of Salamander, it's Swolemander, and he's like flexing with some dumbbells, and he's spitting out fire. Like it's a red shirt, and it's weird because like the Pokemons, like they go with their like if they're dark, if they're black shirts. If they're water, they'll be like blue shirts. I did get a shiny shirt because they messed up, and it's actually a tank, and it's a red tank with the Squaddle. So they consider that as a shiny shirt because it's not a blue shirt, it's like a red shirt. So they're like just considered as a shiny because it's just like it's a rare thing. And I was just like, okay, was that's my first shiny because that's what it is. But yeah, I have a whole collection. I wish I would have just brought them all out, but my closet's right now. So and I can just show you. Maybe I'll post them on social media, just the collection of them all, and just show their images and what they are. But yeah, the company is no longer after when the whole pandemic happened.
mm.
They kind of ran out of business and everything. So I mean, and so yeah, but I'm glad to be like I have all the shirts and I wear them all the time. So I know you just kind of assumed that I had a collection because you told me like, are all your Pokemon shirts like buff or gym stuff? And I was like, yeah. So
Is there another like type of shirts like collection? I mean, I would wrestling or I mean, I would assume like I don't know.
well, everything that we get from the pro wrestling crates is pretty much mine. When we do the pro wrestling loots, those are Jose's. So we kind of go like 50-50 on everything. So I have a bunch of like cool shirts. I got like a Darby Allin shirt and everything. Jose's got some cool shirts from the pro wrestling loot, but the pro wrestling loot, it's like more vintage, so it's like more old school guys that Jose doesn't wear, that Jose doesn't know, but he still wears a shirt. So, but mine, like the pro wrestling crate, which comes with 2 shirts, those are pretty much all mine, like from collections. As far as the other collections, it's other gym collections like Alpha Elite. I have a couple of Gymshark, some other stuff, but and then of course I think I have the Crowley shirt collection, so as those as well too. And those I bought with my own money. I didn't sponsored by Crowley or anything. I actually went to the website and supported him and bought every shirt. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't
I need
really
to get some. I need to get some horror movie
horror
shirts.
movie. I mean, one kind of.
Horror movie. Oh, supporting Michael Myers. Okay, there you
It's
go.
yeah. What's more Michael? Yeah, it's a
What?
Michael Myers. It's inspired by the painting, like the Scream, where like the guy would go out like, oh,
Evil dies tonight.
evil dies tonight. So what would you think of the movie?
The who?
You saw the movie, right?
Yeah,
Halloween Kills. What would you think of it? Because there's a lot of
I think
mixed.
the storyline was kind of like, I don't know. I think there was. I mean, the facts. The only reason I know that they brought back like the people from part one, like when they were kids and now adults, is because I knew about it and people were talking about it on trailers. But people who have never watched Halloween, like or were like a big fan of the whole Halloween thing, don't know that like the kid that was in part one when Michael Myers was in the house is now like one of the main characters, and then like they all come back for a final battle, and like if it wasn't for that, I would have not known like who those characters were. But most of those characters were from part one. I think there was like a nurse or a teacher from part one that came out as well too on that one. But they were younger. The kids were younger. That would stayed in Michael Myers' house. They're in part with the original, and then they're adults, the same people in this new one. And I don't think people like knew about that, like without watching like some kind of like review about it or some spoiler. So for me, like I'm kind of glad I knew because they made it more like a heroic and everything. Like they're all going to come back, and what happened with that. So I don't know if we can give off spoilers or anything. So for some people that
Let's
haven't
see,
watched it,
October, November. I was like,
yeah.
one
But
is
overall, I didn't. I knew they were gonna do another one before due to YouTube. They're gonna do. I think they were gonna do a trilogy, and I think the next one is probably the last one. And I heard it's called Hollywood or Halloween Ends.
yeah.
Is what it's supposed to be called, and it's supposed to be like the whole wrap up to the whole saga, and they'll probably reboot it again. So another couple of years, you know how that goes. So yeah. So
Yeah, I think most of everyone's like whole thing against it was the evil dies not the whole hospital thing. Michael Fuentes says there's too much dialogue, which makes me laugh.
yes,
I was like, what movie doesn't have too much dialogue? But I mean, when you look at this movie, like it's purely made for being filler.
yeah.
Halloween Kills.
There was a
I
lot of
mean,
there was a
it,
lot of
it's
filler.
it's intended to be filler. Um, and you know, it's pretty much it's continuation from the 2018 one. It's the same night going into I guess what I don't know if it went to the following day. I can't remember, but
Yeah.
it was all on the same night.
And then like Jamie Lee Curtis was not really like the main character. She was just in the hospital the whole time, I believe. So, she didn't fight. She was just in the hospital the whole time, talking to the cop and whatnot. So I like the fact that they brought Loomis back, but it was like I guess it was not a dream, but like a flashback or
Flashback.
whatever. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Loomis was there, and I was just like, wait a minute. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Like for people that are like big fanatics of the first Halloween or even the second one, like it throws in a lot of stuff there for the fans if you know about it. But people like in the outside world that don't know much about Halloween, they just want to go see it because it's Michael Myers. They have no clue. So I think they could have done better with that, but like when the movie started, all the flashbacks, like it was just kind of confusing, and then it actually, like 20 minutes into the movie, it finally came back to like the now. So and it was just like confusing and everything. But I mean, I've seen those movies all the time. So, favorite Halloween movie that you have?
Favorite Halloween movie? I usually just say the original.
This
That
turned into Friday the 14th, huh?
This turning to Friday 14, just getting a sneak peek whenever
You get a
you
little sneak
appear on
peek.
it.
Exactly.
Uh, yeah, but I say because of me and the age I am, I'm like 26, pretty young. um, for nostalgic purposes, 4 and 5 were the movies I would always see on TV all the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, as a child, those were like my favorite ones. It took me a while before I even got to see the other trilogy. Like, I
Yeah, I
mean,
didn't
even though
really watch
Curse is
the
considered
H to O and Resurrection and whatever the other one was. Like,
Resurrection was the worst one.
yeah, I don't think I've seen that one, but I think Jose has told me that that's the worst one. So, but
And then
yeah,
there's the zombie reboots. People are
those were
starting to appreciate part two. I don't know. I didn't give it that rewatch. I don't know what's gonna change on me, but I still feel like it's just a really weird story.
yeah,
I mean, sure they told uh Rob to make it your own thing, but it just it's one of those like nah, I don't know well
yeah. I don't
about
think it
that.
worked out. You know how that went. So I think mine has to be probably, is it four with that with his niece, where
For
she wears
yeah,
the where she at the end she like kind of becomes him or something like that.
yeah,
That one kind of, when I was younger, that one like was scary to me because the whole, like, you're home alone and you're looking out the window and there's an ambulance, and it's just like, and then she knew about the boogeyman and everything, so it's just like that's my favorite one besides like the original. So, but part four, I think it's part four.
part
It's
four and she well at the end whenever
was
she's holding a knife.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
it's
one. Yeah, that was my favorite one. Just I like the whole storytelling, the teenage, because it had the whole teenage vibe and everything, and I don't know, maybe it was just what, teenage having sex and then they get killed or something like that. Sounds familiar, like Jason Voorhees. But
Jason
yeah,
Voorhees.
a favorite Halloween is definitely part four, and then probably the original ones, one and two. So, but only because, like you said, I grew up watching those like on TV because they would play them all the time. So
Yeah, AMC Fear Fest or whatever. But
yes. So
have you ever seen the Halloween 3 one?
ooh, Season of the Witch. I
Yeah,
like that they referenced it in the new movie, but
never seen it.
that one, I don't know that one, because I know what they were going to go for was originally was it's going to, every Halloween was just supposed to be like different short stories of a different
Yeah,
day that goes on Halloween.
anthology.
Yeah, exactly. And then with, I guess because of Michael Myers, they made so much money with it, they just rolled it. And then, well, on the third one, I guess they decided to do their original idea. You know how that flopped, and then so they went back to their Michael Myers Returns or whatever. So it's just weird how you have a movie idea, and it's just like, oh, we're not gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with an anthology or something. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, we have to go back because it's working. So, I would like to be a director and be like proved wrong and be like, because I would probably do something like that. And then like, well, this made so much money, or this had so much like, fan base and everything. Let's just keep rolling with it. So, but they rolled with Michael Myers for a long time, like with all the different directors and everything. It's just like crazy, all the reboots. So, yeah.
Yeah, like the mask appear in the newer movies were like the 2018 and then kills. Um, Apparently the guy David Gordon Green he's interested in the idea of like doing the story of Season of the Witch. So like I don't know. I think it was like an interview or some article I saw that
Yeah.
like
I know a lot of
he'd be
people
interested in
would
that.
say, a lot of people were saying that Halloween 3 Season of the Witch would have been a great movie if it didn't have the Halloween
The Halloween
name
movie.
to it. So like it would have been called something else, but because it has a Halloween 3 name, Season of the Witch, it flopped. So
Yeah.
I mean, but I think it was a pretty decent, good movie. I like the actors, like the main guy, he was scary and everything. So, but like I said, people were expecting Michael Myers and everything, and they didn't get Michael Myers. They got Silver Shamrock, but And I still have that. I still get the song stuck in my head every day on Halloween. Like 10 days to Halloween, Halloween, Silver Shamrock. So, and everybody knows what it is. Pretty much. Like,
It's like
the TV flashing and everything.
so you start working out to that song.
I might do a short
The
on it.
motion.
Maybe. I would do upload a short or a reel with that working out to that song. I don't know. Let's see. I think get some views. Yes,
Who would you
sir.
say is your favorite slasher icon?
I'm gonna go with Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
I mean, in the mainstream Freddy Krueger, and then in the independents, I don't know. I've seen a lot of independent films. Like, I don't know. Never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Freddy, just because favorite slasher of all time. The first two movies were really scary, and then they started. He became more popular, so he started being funny and sponsoring.
Comedic route.
Yeah,
just like Chucky.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. Like the first two were awesome, and then it just became like a whole sponsorship video or a whole infomercial. So, but you gotta get that money somehow, I guess. So sometimes I'm glad I'm not sponsored, like on YouTube, or I don't have YouTube revenue because, like, I don't want them to be enjoying a match and then like it cuts to a commercial for ad revenue, and I'll be like, oh. But I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna bound to happen to us both. Like when we reach the 1,000 mark, and they're watching like a show like that, and we're about to say something important, and it's gonna cut off to a freaking Popeyes commercial or
what are you doing, Popeyes? So, love that chicken Popeyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's not the time, Annie. It's all just advertising for that. What's that? The artist, I forgot who the artist they're showing off. Like she has her own chicken special. Okay.
Yes, sir. But yeah, what about you? Favorite slasher?
I think
Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the back.
My whole room made it obvious.
Michael, your shirt, Michael.
Yeah, the blanket, the shirt. I mean, the lights are off. I mean, there's even more stuff in the back. I have a cardboard standee right in front of me, just staring at me.
I think I seen it on one of the videos, if I'm not mistaken. I know I saw Seth Rollins stand up.
No, well, this one I just barely got when I moved different apartments. I used to live with Franco.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was before the baby?
That was, yeah, definitely before baby.
Okay.
Yeah, because he had we moved from each other. He was living in some area here in Corpus still. Then he moved to Louisiana. Then he moved back over here.
What the heck? Louisiana?
You didn't know about that, did you?
No. It's like Andy, he's going to Alabama. He's
I'm giving out secrets. Well, I mean, did you know where
more about Franco from you than I am from him.
Did you know where Andy came from before Kansas? Oh, so I mean, of course he's from Corpus, but before returning to our friendship, he was in Kansas.
Okay.
So it's pretty crazy. And then also when we were doing that fans randomness, where we were streaming from 3 different states.
Oh wow! Yeah, when y'all started doing I think Franco said they should still be doing like the wrestlers of the week next season, but y'all just he'll still be part of the team. He'll just be in different states. So
yeah, going back to it's sad.
I mean, I was just getting to know the guy. I know we're supposed to be talking about your favorite slasher, but I'm over here.
My favorite slasher made it. I'm making it about other people.
I miss the guy, that's for sure.
Yeah, so Mike Myers is the overall. Like, I mean, he's the one that got me into the whole slasher horror genre.
Did you watch like any of the 80 movies, like Demonic Toys, or like what else was there? There was like Demonic Toys. There was Monkey Shrines. Of course, It, Pennywise.
So growing up, I didn't know about like Demonic Toys or Puppet Master until like
Puppet Master. Those were my favorite.
Maybe in my early teenage years when I started knowing about them, because I would be at Walmart and there'd be the cheap ass movie DVD.
Yeah.
And then just looking at them, the value packs,
Yeah, the
and I
value
was like
packs.
Puppet Master. You have all that. I was like, all right. I think they're all under a company called New Moon, I think, or Full Moon. Like I don't remember what they're called, but yeah, they pretty much have all those movies. But other than like Halloween movies, I mean, of course, all the other mainstream like Nightmare and Friday the 13th,
Child's Play. Child's
Child's
Play.
Play, just about every majority of all the
Did you ever
mainstream
watch
ones.
Did you ever watch Hatchet? I think that was like supposed to be.
Victor Crowley, the character.
Was it? I don't remember.
Yeah, the
Was it
movie's called
Hatchet?
Hatchet,
It was like in
and
the woods. It was supposed to be like an old school, new school film. Like it was supposed to be a homage to the '80s movies, slasher movies. But
I tried watching that movie once, but I just never. I don't know. Something came up, and then I just didn't continue
yeah, it
watching it.
wasn't
But
really. I don't know. It wasn't too big, I guess. I thought they were gonna make a sequel, but and that
but that
never
movie
came.
Hatchet, they made. I think they already made like 3 or 4 of those movies.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know. They're probably low budget ones that I. Oh,
Yeah, they're lower budget ones, but the character, the icon for that movie is named
I think
Victor
he had a.
Crowley.
Did he have a pig mask? I don't remember what kind of. He had some kind of mask.
It
I
was
think it
well,
was. I don't
if we're
remember.
thinking about the same movie. This
I'm not
person
thinking
was
of.
more
I'm
like
not. I'm not thinking about Motel Hell. I'm thinking about Hatchet because Motel Hell they had that pig mask as well too.
yeah, but the Hedgehog movie. I mean, it's a dude that's like has a deformation face. It's not
Yeah.
it was not really a mask, but yeah, the whole movie was created by some guy named Adam Green. I know of him because I came across this show called Holliston. It's like a comedy, Big Bang Theory horror version of it. You can
Mhm.
I don't know if you have the app Shutter, but you can watch it on there. Yeah, it's pretty much like a Big Bang Theory, but for horror geeks.
Oh wow! I didn't even see. This is stuff I didn't even know. This is the stuff you need to be telling people about. Like
Tell
I didn't
people
even know they could
the
do that.
gospel of horror.
That's I know about Shutter because I used to watch it all the time. And there's AMC Fear as well too. But back in like a 2000 and I want to say 2009, I knew about Shutter because I didn't have cable, so I would just download an app on my phone and I would watch horror movies. They had like was it Fright Fest or something? I don't remember, but they had a bunch. I need another ghost energy here. So, but yeah, I don't know. I guess Michael Myers is your favorite slasher then, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Stephen King movies were pretty. They were all pretty good.
I'm secretly
For me,
putting
it's
blueberry.
The Shining is one of my favorite movies.
Oh, oh yeah. You know, it's
Children
weird
of the
because
Corn.
I watched the newer Shining before I watched the original. I know about the original. I knew like here's Johnny and everything like that, but I actually watched it in reverse. I watched the second
Doctor
one
Sleep.
first, and yeah, that one, Doctor Sleep, and it made more sense for me to watch it that way because I was just like, okay, I kind of know what's going on, so it takes you to the previous one, and so like sometimes like watching things in reverse, like I don't know, that's just weird. Like that's just something I do that's just weird. It's just like I don't know. There's a lot of movies I've done that for that I haven't seen like the first one, and I'll see like the second one, and then I'll go back to the first one, and then it's like okay, well, it makes more sense if I would have watched the second one than the first one. So, but I guess that's just me. So.
So I mean, it's like watching the last Harry Potter movie and then going back to the first one.
Actually, fun
That's not
fact:
like that.
I've only seen one Harry Potter movie, and that's The Chamber of Secrets, and that was in high school. That's the only Harry Potter I've seen.
Second one.
I haven't seen all of the other ones. All my friends are telling me like, or they post on social media. You know, we're gonna order pizza, have a couple drinks, and watch the Harry Potter, whatever it is, the whole films or whatever. We stay up all night and watch them.
Oh,
I never
the
go to
marathon.
those. Yeah, marathon, and I never. I always decline. So,
I'm just
but
going to kindly decline your offer.
yeah, but yeah, I've only seen the second one. I think it's the Chamber of Secrets. This is the second one. That's the
Second,
only
yeah.
one I've seen. I haven't seen any other ones. So, and then people are telling me like, "What? You haven't watched?" Well, it's just funny story again. Franco, when we were at the BOW, he's never watched. We did I don't know if I can say it, but we did a uwu, and it was Batman Returns. he's never seen the movie.
Mm.
So, and we're like there was a lot of movies we referenced, and Franco was like, "Oh, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it." Like he hasn't seen The Nightmare Before Christmas, I believe, as well too. So like everyone was just like, "Franco, you need to step up
Franco.
on your game,
Yeah,
step up on your
he's
game, and watch these movies." But I guess he's a busy guy as well too. So or he
when he
just
has an
doesn't make.
obsession, he only has obsessions on certain areas. He's like out of us three, he's the least nerdiest.
I don't know. I don't know what the new polls he's been getting on Ubu.
The
I'm
polls?
just saying. Yes.
uh,
Getting the cards graded and everything. So I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I need to start doing cards. But I mean, I have a child's. I don't know if you play Magic. I think he referenced me to you that you play Magic: The Gathering.
No, I never played Magic the Gathering. I know
Okay.
of the game.
Okay, never mind. I think because he said Andy had said it, and then he's like, I mean, Nick H. But I had a Gaia's Cradle, which is like worth $700, I think, right now. So I have a couple of them from my Magic collection that I used to play back in 99. I used to play Magic. So I have all these Magic cards, and apparently my whole collection is worth like, I'm gonna say like maybe 7K. So, but when I need the money, I mean, I guess I'll sell them. But it's just people have offered me like to buy it for like the 7K, and I'm just like, nope. Like I just want to just keep it to my heart. So
Yeah, the only cards I really collect are just like, well, every collector were like wrestling cards or even I guess some Dragon Ball Z or whatever, just random cards. I got Pokemon cards, but they never really had like a serious collection like my older brothers did. Um, has some of my recent ones I just keep from like like some of the red like people will just sign them like this is Ricardo
bro,
Rodriguez.
Ricardo Rodriguez. I
Yeah,
think Andy messed that up, but he tried.
that was a pretty fun one to shoot. Of course, it was a second one, a two-parter. It made it to a two-parter. Then the only the card I have is it's signed on the back, but it's by Benny Dreams.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
I had another one, but I think Franco had held on to that one. It was the Royal Taxation signed card.
Well, I used to have a big Yu-Gi-Oh collection because my he's not my friend now, but when I used to hang out with him, he got me into Yu-Gi-Oh, and like I had all the money in the world because I wouldn't spend my money on anything. I was just like, this was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And so every day we would go to Walmart or somewhere and just buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I would go on Amazon and buy like the collections, like the Legacy collections, 1, 2, and 3, Joey's edition. So I had a whole collection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and everything. And then last year, I actually sold them to one of my good friends for $80. So, and there was a lot of rares and everything, but at the time I kind of needed the money. And so I was just like, here's my whole Yu-Gi-Oh collection. It was like 5 different totes, big totes of just Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that like I would buy at like I would buy them singles and everything. Like I would go to comic book stores and spend like $50 on 2 cards, and I sold all that stuff. So, but I no longer have them with me, which is good because I think I would still been collecting, and it was just I don't know, like it was a kind of like it was a good thing, but then it was a burden. But then like I really don't care for them anymore. So I have my Magic cards, but that's because they're vintage and everything. So I think they'll be worth something like more down the line. So
I say a card I have that's it's not rare, but I say my favorite card that I own is a card that Franco gave to me. It's an autographed Kelly Kelly card. I was like,
when are
all
you gonna
right,
post that? You gonna post
huh?
that on social media?
I don't post it on. I mean, I don't know. I don't.
It's your
I
collection.
I had to find that binder. It
Oh,
has
you gotta find it.
it was like it's like it was like written in red ink. Remember, I forgot what year it was. Like it was early on, the earlier years,
Mhm.
the early years. That
Yeah, Kelly
yeah,
Kelly. Yeah,
Kelly Kelly.
especially she was doing the extreme expose times. So on ECW back when it was like not ECW, but it was ECW.
The reboot.
Yeah, exactly. The reboot, exactly.
It's like this was the CM Punk ECW.
Well, I guess CM Punk was an ECW reboot champion. So it was Kurt Angle and I think Mark Henry and a couple other people. So
Like RVD and Big
yeah,
Show,
RVD. Yeah,
Bob
RVD as well.
Lashley.
Yep. So I don't know, but yeah, as far as card collecting, I don't do that anymore. Like
Mm.
I'm just gonna. I have a couple of oohs that Franco did with wrestlers, and like he gave me a couple cards with their autographs. So it's pretty cool that he does that. Like he's like, I got an autograph with so and so. They signed for cards. You want to keep one for you and Jose? And yeah, so cool. Like we have a card with somebody's autograph, some independent wrestler, and it becomes big. I mean, we have the card, and I don't know. Franco can give me those cards, and it's going to be worth millions later down the future. And I'll be like, this is the card that Franco gave me with so and so's independent wrestler autograph, and it might be worth something. So I try not to say no. So
Yeah, I'm just being reminded that like there's like a bunch of cards that or autographs I missed.
oh,
Well, I mean, because what's hilarious is because they were just asking for two, like one for Franco and one for Andy. I'm like, wait, where's my part of the cut? I was over here doing some camera stuff. Nah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I didn't ask for one, so I mean, kind
well,
of
I
blame
guess
myself.
you hold the camera when you do their oohs, right? Or is it tie-fi, or is it a mix between two?
Well,
Because it depends. I guess it depends if y'all take the baby or not. So.
most of the time they leave the baby behind. But I'm able to go. I go. I just whatever shows I'm able to go to. Because like I said, most of the time I'm just at work.
I know you weren't at BOW. That was a badass show.
But I
But
mean, it was
stay
like
tuned. Content's coming out. Well, I know Franco's gonna have his up, but then mine is coming up as well too. So,
the
but
shows
I don't know.
I'm saying the shows I do make are like because they're in town and
Yeah,
I make it on time. Like, but whenever they want to go out of town, they're like,
are you gonna be
no,
at
I don't.
TWL this Saturday or no? They're probably not
This
because if you
Saturday,
were off, you were off. You say you were off certain days, and I don't think Saturday was on the agenda.
no, it was not on agenda.
Okay, so we'll miss you again.
Yeah, well, man, I think Franco told me about a show for next year. I'm like, I plan on going to that one.
Yeah.
So all right, I'll go.
There's one at the mall that he's talking about that got me interested. So now I want to go. Jose has every Saturday off, so every Saturday show he can go to. He can go to, but like I drive and everything. He doesn't have. He has his license and everything, but he has his permit, I guess. But he hasn't really got his license or anything. So I do all the driving and whatnot. He puts the gas. He buys the snacks at the show, or he'll buy food. So it kind of evens out. So.
He buys the ghost.
Huh?
He buys the ghost.
No, well, I guess.
Nope.
No, not really. I buy my own
No.
ghost.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't get weekends off. I had to ask for them off.
I'm the same way, but my boss is like, I told my boss, I have a lot of shows coming up, and I'm doing this on the side, and either I go part time here and go full time there, which is gonna happen eventually because I'm kind of making some money on the side doing that more than I am working like a full time job at a company. So I'll probably either go part time next year at my company and go full time doing shows like in San Antonio, Laredo, Valley, surrounding areas because it's something I love to do, and I mean, why not do it and get paid for it? So building up relationships because people love the editing, they love the exposure and everything. So, and that's the things that I like about us. Like, I know it's in the end, it's really a competition because everyone's just competing. Who's going to bring out the best content? Who's going to do this? But I think with me and you and like the rest of the guys, we're just like, we have fun here. So, so you got other content creators that are causing drama and everything, and it's just like, no, we don't, or trying to be them, another version of them, or this and that. But but yeah, so it's gonna be sad if you're, I don't know, in the next show. Probably then I think there's a GCWA after hours this month. I think Jeff has said, He hasn't announced a date, so we might see you for that one. So, but on the
Enjoy
after hours, we
times,
like
yeah.
to on the after hours we like to vlog those ones, and then like the regular shows, we'll just do like a straight video. So we do our vlogging when we go to Corpus. It's like easier since it's close to home. We'd like to just vlog it, go eat and vlog, and then do the show. So, but yeah, so I guess we won't see you at TWL. So we'll
Sadly.
see you. We'll see you in January, hopefully for that. I think it's Brawl at the Mall, where all the like Texas promotions are supposed to gather together and just do like a showcase. Like I didn't go to the Texas showcase. I wanted to go that so badly. Did you go to the Texas showcase or no? Where it was
For
like
what?
I don't remember. It was just it was Texas Indie Showcase or something.
Yeah.
Did you go to
Probably
Loco?
not. Local.
Were you
The
at
last one.
Loco?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to that one.
Oh, okay. I missed that one, and I saw Franco's highlights and everything, and I was just like, man, I should just, because I was contemplating going, but I had to work the next morning at 7 o'clock, and Franco was just like, come on, guys, just come on down. You can see it. We have a hotel. If it's 6 people, we can make it work and everything. And I was just like, man, I kind of want to go, but then I was just like, I have to work at 7 a.m. So I don't want to, the show ends at midnight or whatever. Then I have to sleep for 4 hours and then come back and drive to town and go straight to work. Like I didn't want to do that. So he was just like pressuring me to go, but I don't know. Me and Jose were close to going, but it's like a 4-hour drive for us. And I had to work at 7 a.m. the next morning. So I was just like, it's not going to work. But I'm glad he posted the highlights because it seemed like it was a really good show. So I think he's only one of the few guys that I've seen post local highlights. I think I don't want to mention any content creators, but they posted a local one as well too, and it was okay. But Franco's was pretty good. So yeah. But one of these days I'll go to a local show. It's just the shows in Houston. If I have the weekend off, I'll go to Houston and do a show there. But like I said, the main ones are San Antonio, the Valley, and now Laredo. So, but yeah.
So I'm saying the most upsetting parts, I mean, about the whole thing is that we had an extra ticket. The reason why we had
y'all didn't sell it.
The reason why we didn't sell it. I'm like, I'm just like, whatever. I don't care about making money back, whatever. The whole reason was freaking Franco. I mean, he didn't mention anything, like he didn't word it anyway, like saying I'm gonna. Just said he was gonna get tickets, but just assume that he's getting tickets just for him and sci-fi or whatever. Because that's what I feel like most of the shows he normally just pays for themselves. So I'm like, all right, I had the money. I bought a ticket online. So I bought my own ticket, and then he's like, "It's all right." So you gonna send him money? I was like, oh, I was a little confused. Like, well, what's going on here? So like, wait, you bought my ticket, and I just got done buying the ticket for myself online.
Oh my, there's no communication.
I'm like, ah. So I mean, if Franco, if you're watching this back, I mean, that's why I initially thought everyone's just buying for themselves, because that's how he normally does it, though.
He was trying to sell me the ticket, but I didn't want to be like, I didn't mind being close to them, but then Jose would be like somewhere. So I told him to give the ticket to somebody that's another content creator, but he was just like, well, they're probably sponsored, so they'll be, and well, he was there and everything. So, but I guess he never sold the ticket. I thought he would have or something, like at the door or something,
Nah.
But I guess Houston has its own scene there, so I think that's like Chris Carter's territory. So
Chris Carter.
So I can't mess with him. So, but yeah, interesting enough. Just I don't know, dude. Like this whole adventure just has been pretty. Like this whole journey, like just being on here on whatever this is, EmoséwA.
Whatever this is. I don't know. EmoséwA Live.
Yeah, but I don't know, because I know Friday, y'all do Friday the 14th, and then y'all you did the Robbie thing and the introduction. So
his name is Rob. Yeah, but
and then there's the Murph, and then Murph.
The Murph.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, that one was too. So like I didn't know what the subject was. That's when I asked you. It's just an interview, or what is it? What is it? EmoséwA is it a podcast or what is it? So I guess
So
you're just interviewing people, just random
yeah,
people.
pretty much. So the initial whole thing is, I mean, EmoséwA Live was my whole idea. I wanted to give ourselves a platform to just for anyone. I mean, it could have been Fuentes, it could be Franco, it could be Andy. Anyone could jump on here and do whatever they wanted, either that was promoting or they want to do a live unboxing or it just random stuff. It just so happens that I myself have been taking more advantage of this platform. I create the platform because we tend to run to roadblocks whenever we do like we had a wrestling podcast. We had to make mention of wrestling or Friday the 14th. We gotta talk about horror movies. I wanted to make something where it was like no chains or like nothing attached. It was like you can just talk about anything you want.
No
That's what this
script,
whole thing was.
kind of scripted, but not scripted. We'll just see where it goes. Like,
Because we had OnlyFans and that was our whole randomness thing. You can talk about anything, but that it was a thing with me, Franco, and Andy. So I mean, if we are gonna do it most of the time, it had to be all of us together.
yeah,
This one, I mean, we can jump on.
this is more personal. Like, I don't know.
And then
Seems more,
this, yeah, I wanted to just do the first two, like the introductions as Rob and the Murph, which are two
mm,
guys that started doing their own podcast on our brand.
yeah.
And
So this is fairly new then,
so yeah, we're about 3 live streams in. You're a third live stream.
right?
So
And
this is still
I know
fresh.
you said that you were done, but you wanted to do one more, and here I am.
Yeah, I want to see where I can go with this. I mean, I wanted to stop at 2, just give the introductions because
Hey,
there were
maybe when the next one you can do with Jose by himself. You never know.
we'll say by himself.
You get
I mean,
his
if he's
thoughts, get
down,
his reaction. I think it'd be fun. So,
I have a few
but
more ideas as far as guests I would like to have on here. But I don't know. I mean, I because those guys that I interviewed, they had been on our brand for like maybe couple of months, a few months. Sure, they're like when they do the podcast, there's I think they had their own little introduction, but I wanted to give them like a personal spotlight on them to get to
yeah,
know them. Like for the outside people, they're like Rob is War. Like what is that? We
yeah,
never. And sure, we made like a post on Facebook or Instagram, like oh,
yeah,
it's a new podcast being added on. But I wanted to
yeah.
give them like a introduction of a
Yeah, I was
proper.
confused. I was confused with that too. So I was just like, "Is Rob is War the title of this thing, or what's going on?" So, and then like I saw you do the Murph and everything, and then I think Franco puts the new Rob B's War is now out, and I'm just like, what is it? Is it should be that bad guy Nick H's thing? So, but yeah, man,
Yeah, this whole
here
thing
we
just
are.
became like an interview stream. I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like if I do enough, then I'll probably try to come up with a stream like whole change up to like towards the call like reference to me like because it's pretty hilarious. Like the whole stream idea was just to do random things, whatever.
yeah,
And also like this whole thing, it's not really a podcast. It's not going to be streamed on podcast platforms.
yeah.
This was intended to be a live
Live stream.
exclusive. Yeah, YouTube exclusive.
It's been fun. It's been fun. I wish we could do things like this. Jose, come up with some ideas if you're watching.
It's funny thing is I wanted to do this whole idea back when we did our Scott Pilgrim review because I was like, well, Friday the 14th we don't, we review horror movies. I feel like the
No,
Scott Pilgrim movie is gonna
yeah,
throw
I
it
remember
off.
y'all were changing it up and everything. So I think Franco was on that one, right? I think.
Yeah, Franco's on there.
Yeah.
He's like, I mean, it's cool to change it up. I mean, we can do a non-horror movie every once in a while, but it's like, I don't know, because I mean, if that was gonna be like our 50th Friday the 14th episode, it
Well,
was
you
just
said
odd to me.
y'all have already been. How much episodes of Friday the 14th have y'all done? I guess I need to
Well,
backtrack.
so according to Franco, that was our 50th. I don't know. I'm not really too sure
Wow.
because we on the I guess we refer to them as seasons. So right now we're like
Yeah.
on a third season, and it's
Mhm.
like 23, 24 in. But I mean,
I don't know I don't know how he comes up with these numbers, but okay, I'll go with that. See, we don't have anything like that on our channel. Our channel is just mainly wrestling and everything. So I don't know, been crazy.
Yeah. Did you know there was another guy in Wrestling Tacos?
Manny,
Huh?
who was the guy that was behind the camera when y'all did the pie video?
Oh, the
What's
pie
his name?
video. So that I guess he wants to. I mean, his name could be so out there, but he doesn't want to show his face from now on.
Because I
He's
know he
known
said
it.
something. He said something inappropriate to Andy when he was in the pie him. So I
Um,
was like, wow, like okay.
so he's referred to as Aaron Senpai. He's a he's a Twitch streamer. I don't know if he still streams on Twitch or not. But that's his whole thing. And he's an ex coworker of Franco's who turned into a good friend of ours. But yeah, he used to do our some skits with us, and he'll appear. But now he kind of wants to keep the whole mystery. Like he's revamping himself, so now he's gonna be like one of those like Avatar animated characters.
Well, tell him to put a mask on and then show him, and then they'll be. He can show up at shows with a mask, and then we'll find out who he is.
But yeah,
Jose
it's
will,
I mean,
Jose will unmask him, and it'll be Evil Uno.
but yeah,
Or,
he's this whole thing now. He's just gonna be an Avatar animated character.
okay.
Um, but the other Wrestling Tacos guy is the Reaper. I don't know if you ever gone to that phase yet in Wrestling Tacos.
Probably not.
That was referred to as season 2 of Wrestling Tacos. Because season 1 it was me and Franco. Season 2
Mm-hmm.
is the Reaper. He was the other guy, and you'll see some like interviews he did. I think he did with Richie. You'll see him in the Sammy Guevara video interview we did.
I didn't even know about that. I need to
So
go back
there's
and back. Then, whew.
yeah, you gotta just like scroll through it. But I mean,
Because you know how YouTube says, like, or they recommend you videos, and it's
the
like, so
recommended.
all of a sudden it's backtracking me to all of your old guys' videos. So that's why I've been watching them. But like, I guess I never seen all those old interviews like and everything. So I guess just, I mean, I mean, us too with the backtracking. We have a Sammy Guevara shouting us out, Joe Alonso shouting us out, and this was like during the early days too, and it was just like, you know, and I've been posting them on Instagram. It's just like, what, like Sammy shouted you guys? I was like, yeah, but it was way back in the day, you know, like, you know, before he became AEW and everything. So, and I'll post little teasers here and there, you know, that's just like, and they're like, what, like cool, and then, but then I get a bunch of subscribe counts because Sammy Guevara said subscribe to JF Elite, and they're going to listen to Sammy Guevara, you know. You know. But yeah, definitely need to backtrack on you guys' videos some more. I'm slowly backtracking when I have some time. But like I said, except for now, like I have all the time in the world now. But like all other times, I'm working on a skit, or I'm working on a edit for someone, or I'm working with the company doing things, or you know. So, and then I have my full-time job that I have to do as well too, you know. So I mean, it is what it is. I like keeping busy. I like staying busy and just, you know, keeps me out of trouble. You know, no girl problems, no relationship problems, no nothing. So, you know, I don't know. And then a lot of people are, because I started posting on Facebook, like the stuff I'm doing. Like I posted like the David Kidd thing, and I posted some other stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you like wrestling, and you go to shows and video it and stuff like that." I'm just like, that's what I do. Like, you know, this is what I like to do. So I started posting that more on my personal social medias, and so people are like freaking out. They're like, "What?" So some of them don't like it. They think, you know how it is. Oh, wrestling's fake. You know that. You know, you have those people that just say wrestling's fake. It's, you know, blah blah blah. I'm just like, okay. Crawley got injured. Was that fake? Did he break a collarbone? Was that fake? Exactly. I don't think so. But yes, sir.
Whenever I sometimes I'll share this stuff whatever on Facebook. Most of the time
Mm-hmm.
I don't really share it. I don't know, but I feel like most of the stuff like that's related to it, like it's like
Yeah.
most of the time it's not really my face on it. Or like whenever I'm being tagged on for like Friday the 14th, I just
Hmm.
have my face appearing. It's like it's
It's
pretty
funny because
it's kind of
actually
hilarious.
on Facebook, I don't think I'm like subscribed to Wrestling Tacos because I've noticed Franco posts things, and you know
On
the fan
Facebook.
pages or whatever. I don't think I have Wrestling Tacos on my fan page, so I'm gonna have to do that soon. But I mean, I see everything on Instagram. Like, it's funny because we started off on Twitter, and then like I started posting more photos on Twitter, and then everyone's like, just get an Instagram. So I posted an Instagram. And that's where we took off Instagram. We were gonna make a Facebook, but that's that's going in another direction for me. You'll find out sometime next year. There's big plans coming for the channel, but yeah. So we just stayed with Instagram and Twitter. And Jose wants to start a TikTok, but I'm like, oh, I'm already so busy with social media and
I
everything.
was about to ask you that.
I can't, And I think he mentioned it in the show that we did the last Uwu, which will be coming up soon, or I think um, that he promoted our that we might have a new TikTok, and I was just like, I told him we're gonna have a TikTok. You're in charge of it. I was like, I'll do the videos, you upload it, you do the tags, you do the hashtags. I was like, I'm too busy. Like it's too busy with social media. It's like I'm already busy with Instagram. Twitter slowed down about a lot, but TikTok, I don't have a TikTok. I don't have a personal TikTok account. And Frank always tells me, you start a TikTok account, you can just post your wrestling shorts. And it's like I don't have time to. I just don't have time. Like I'm too busy. Like I'm enough running the Instagram and the Twitter account. So, but I told Jose, if you want a TikTok, you're gonna run it. So, and we'll pull it run by Jose. So, but I don't know. There's a lot of wrestlers that I know that don't have TikTok. So, and they just post their stuff on Instagram. So, or their shorts. So.
The gram.
Do you have it? Do you have a TikTok?
Well, I don't post on it, but I mean, I have an
Oh well, I
account to
guess
follow.
just to watch other videos. See, I don't have time for that. Like I see people at work and they're like scrolling. I was just like, how do you like? You don't have time. And they're like, did you see that TikTok with this and that? And they're like, I don't have TikTok. I'm sorry. Like, are you living under a rock? I'm just like, no, I don't have time for it. Like I seriously, I'm an editor, so I'm busy all the time. But I'm glad that I'm busy all the time because, like I said, it keeps me out of trouble and everything. So and it just started like the whole editing thing and working on projects and everything and I'm having like wrestling companies come up to me to do a video for them and stuff, so it's just that was my dream and it's kind of heading that way. So but like I said, January 2022 our channel is probably going to change a lot, but for the good. So Jose will still be there. Jose, because
I was
Jose's
like, what are you
scared
doing?
that
Budget cuts?
well, Jose, yeah, exactly with budget because he thinks that I'm gonna go my own way and everything, and I'm gonna just
Yeah.
convert the channel into like something for me. And I told him like, no, I need you. I was like, I was like, you might not think you do much, but you're the inspiration. You inspire me. When we're on our drives, we'll talk about random stuff, like ideas and everything, and you know, he's scared that I might branch off and like switch to my own social media and just make it my because eventually I want to turn it into a business, but that's a thing I want to do on the side for me. That's going to be different. But then I don't want to have so many accounts. So like it might be like you guys, like your like wrestling tacos and EmoséwA under the branch. So but I don't know. We'll see. Like we'll see what happens. So I was going to ask you, do you have a favorite wrestler in the Texas indie scene right now?
I'm still kind of fairly new to it. I mean, I've probably whenever I started
Or not
going
not
to
enough, like just someone do you think stands out or for you? Not
as
you don't
far
have
as
a
like
lot.
the Independence Texas scene, I mean, there's a lot of cool guys from like Gino and Crowley is another one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm always fascinated with seeing World Taxation or like guys like Chris Carter. Yeah,
I'm telling you.
thing is, I feel like
I
I'm like so behind it on the exposure. I mean, I think some of the first shows, I think it was 20. I don't know. That's maybe 2018 or 2019. I feel like that was one of the first times I went to go see GCWA.
mm-hmm.
Instead, I know didn't really get, I don't really go as much. I don't know.
I was
It's
just
because of work
curious
and all that.
because there's a lot in the scene, and like I don't know. I hope a lot of wrestlers do get signed. Like I didn't know the Texas wrestling indie scene was so big though, because we just got into this last year, and we're just like seeing all these, like, they say the Texas wrestling scene is a place to be. That's a lot of people are just branching off and going to major promotions and stuff like that. So it's good to be part of like the how do you say it, the climax. Like we do a lot of stuff with Crowley. If Crowley makes it to like to the big leagues or whatever, it'd be cool. You can be like, hey, we worked with him, or even Richie Royal Taxation. They started off small, and we good friends with them, everything, and then they make it in the big leagues and everything. It's just like, I mean, the Texas scene has a lot of cool, like, guys that are waiting to be noticed. It's just hard because there's so many. So, and that's what we try to do. We try to promote, you know, the shows, and then we try to promote the wrestlers. And not a favor to any like wrestler, but we try to promote like even the smaller wrestlers. Like, I don't know, like some that they barely like even on Texas shows. But I try to do when I do my stuff. I mean, you got your big guys, like you got the Texas scene. You got like your Brandon Weiss, you got your Richie, you got your Crowley. But then we try to also like with the smaller guys and girls like Miss Michelle, Casey Black Rose. The smaller guy, the smaller like not noticed guys. We try to promote them. So David Kidd, and people that are not aware, and we just that's what I like. That's why I like doing this, because it's just like we're getting their name out there. We're getting their content out there. We're getting the the promotion's name out there and whatnot. So, and but that's what I like to do. It's crazy. As far as me, as a favorite indie Texas wrestler scene, I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole list. I don't want to sound like a fanboy or whatever, but Crowley is definitely one of my favorites to work with. Him and Lilith are just like I've become real close with them since we did the last video and everything, and there's a lot of more projects coming up. So stay tuned for that. But like when you see them, like I think the Mats and Tats is out with Ti-Fi and on the channel now. Like they're really cool guy. Like she's Lilith's cool. What's the Kristen? But that's her name. Lilith's cool and Alexander's cool, and they're like have great energy, good people, and it's just like it's just I don't know. Like I talk to him like mostly every day, everything. So, but pretty sure for him. There's also Gino, like you mentioned. Gino's pretty good too. I like, he's branching off everywhere in Texas. Like Gino goes everywhere. ASF as well too. They're both going everywhere. So, but more of the females, like Rachel Rose. What other females are like Miss Michelle, who just from Hybrid. There's a whole new generation that's coming out. So hoping to see them flourish in the Texas scene and maybe flourish in the major leagues. But a lot of wrestlers would rather be in the independent, in the independent realm than with all the budget cuts that are going on in the major promotions. But
Yeah.
yes, sir. So I don't know.
I would. Do you always go to like in the independent shows? Like back when I was a kid, my dad would like to go to a lot of them. Um, I remember there was even uh, there was a show I was like called NWA back in I think 2009. That one with Franco, and in that event, that one of the guys was Lance Hoyt, which is known as Lance Archer.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool seeing him there, getting like because they were like one of those books. What do you call them? Promo. A little whatever. They had the pictures of him in there, and yeah, like the autographs. You
Mm-hmm.
had him, and then you had Ben Galvan when he was still wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Jeez. So you know what's going on in GCWA with the Galvans right now, especially after the last show. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. So I know Gino don't have the title no more, but we'll see where the promotion goes from here. I think like Gino was the longest reigning GCWA champion, so maybe ASF might come and claim it because they tease that. So maybe he might win it from Ben, or someone's gonna win it from Ben. So
someone.
we'll see. We'll see what happens with that stuff.
So when did you exactly get into wrestling? I guess, I mean, what, mainstream or independent?
Well, the independence I just recently got into last year.
Last year. And
Yeah,
mainstream, what was
when
your
I was
exposure?
wrestling, I grew up with WCW. I wasn't a WWE guy. I was a WCW guy. Back in like '98 when the whole NWO was flourishing and everything. For school, we did a skit, and I was Eric Bischoff, and I had my friend look exactly like Steen with the makeup on, and then we had our other friends that were like Nash Hall. So we did a skit for school. It was like for a talent show or something like that, and I was Eric Bischoff. So I was the only one that was gonna get Scorpion death dropped, and I was gonna get torture racked by there was a Lex Luger guy that looked like Lex Luger. So when that came out, like my buddies and I at the time, we were big deep WCW NWO fans. So we did that skit, and like the teacher was like, "What? Like this doesn't make any sense." And then we did it, and the crowd went crazy, and we knew it was a success. So like back in like 98, 99, the 2000s. So that's when like WCW was at its tops. I would be one of those people that would change from WWE to WCW. Like I would do the channel changing, but since WCW was, I think they would show it again after it. So I started watching Raw because Raw was live before they were doing non-live events because Eric Bischoff spoiled the whole Mick Foley when he won the title, whatever, from Raw. So they became live, and then they would show WCW, and then when it was over, they would show a repeat of WCW. So I would just watch Raw, and then WCW was over, and I'll just watch the repeat of WCW. So, and that's me and my friends. We used to play Magic and watch WCW. And fun fact, we used to get the pay-per-views. You know, back in the day when the TVs had the squiggly lines and everything, and you can hear it clearly, but you can't see the picture. We would hang out all the time because I had this TV with an antenna, and we would play Magic, and then the voice was clear. You can hear like all the WCW events, like all the pay-per-view events, but it was all squiggly lines, so you couldn't see the picture, but you could hear it clearly. So we'd gather all the time, eat pizza, play Magic, and we just listen and play Magic. You know, like when Goldberg first won the title from Hogan, or no, when Nash defeated Goldberg for his undefeated streak when Scott Hall tased him or whatever. That was one of our first shows, and so we were playing Magic and we heard it and we're like, "What? Goldberg's no longer champion?" And we just threw all our Magic cards up in the air and we were just like, "What the hell?" Like, this and that. So, and Goldberg's undefeated streak was broken by Kevin Nash due to his booking, I guess. So yeah, we used to watch pay-per-views like back in the day when the TVs would have the squiggly lines and we had to move the antenna and to a certain way so we can just hear it clearly. So that was back in the day. Nowadays you can't do nothing. So unless you have like a analog antenna or old school, or you're living under a rock because everything's digital now. So.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Did you have any top favorite wrestlers in that time?
Sting, of course.
Sting.
I had Sting. There's Vampiro. It's usually, I think it was most of the dark characters. So I had Sting, Vampiro. Who else was there? There was no. I thought Seven was going to be one of my favorite ones, but then they ruined the whole thing when Seven came out and it was Dustin Rhodes and he's just like, "What is this crap? Look at they're putting me in this freaking mask, scaring little kids and haunting little kids and this and that, blah blah." And so there was another one that was called the Maestro, and he would come out from the ceiling and he'd be playing a piano and it'd be like demonic. like Demano Key. I don't think a lot of people know of the maestro, and he'd come out with his valet, which was a girl. Her name was Symphony. So, and so that was like a dark character. Like I don't know, it was almost like Gangrel type kind of ish. So like I enjoyed that. You know. And then WWE, I like when Edge and Christian were like the goth, the goth kids with Gangrel, the Brood, the New Brood, Kane. It's usually like all the dark, eclectic characters that I was a big fanboy of, and mostly because I could relate to them. So, but yeah, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, like I said, the Hardy brothers, Lita, um, to name a few. So, yeah.
Yeah, I always had a fascination with the darker characters. I mean, even though I wasn't really watching as much during those times. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I caught glimpses of it because my older brothers would watch that. But I know like the stars that stuck out to me, like because mainly my exposure was like the Raw and stuff like that. So like Undertaker and Kane were like my favorite ones. It just goes back to the my obsession with horror movies because I was really into like the horror.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, those are the characters that grabbed onto him. But as far as like Stone Cold, I mean, I mean,
Oh
he's not
yeah,
really a dark character, but I mean,
yeah.
it's just
No,
because
I think it was
he was just some
influenced.
badass.
Yeah, especially during those times, like he was hitting on the he was freaking knocking out the boss and everything, and you can't do that nowadays. So for the fact that he could do that back in the day, just Stone Cold Vince McMahon and everything, or do the stunner on Vince McMahon and everything, crazy times. So I don't know nowadays if he can take a bump, but you never know. So.
Vince. I'm saying as far as recent years, I mean, I don't know. He took never like that moment with Randy Orton. Never Randy Orton just kind of slapped him around. And I think he punted him, or I don't
Oh yeah,
remember.
yeah,
Or he took a stunner from Owens.
yeah. He did that too, as well too.
Like I guess the closest thing that um from like an Austin McMahon thing, I think was the CM Punk
The
and Vince.
You're
Can't really
talking
matter.
about the what do you call it the pipe bomb promo.
Well, it wasn't really
Well, I guess
necessarily
that was in words. I guess it wasn't really like in physical, but
because they had this. I think it was like one night on Raw, and CM Punk, I think, was already all like shaved head, like he was kind of looking all bald. But I think he had a match with Vince McMahon later on that night. It was like, oh, they're trying to recreate like an Austin and Vince
yeah,
thing. There's even like
yeah,
a double pack, like a battle pack for like the figures.
yeah. I think on WCW back in the day, I think Eric Bischoff had called out Vince McMahon to come to the pay per view and show up, but I guess he never showed up. So that would have been something cool to see during those times. Like, Eric Bischoff was just calling him out. It's like, hey, you want to wrestle me? You don't like me? Come to this pay per view. I don't remember which one it was. And then he just cut a promo. He's like, well, Vince is not here. So he was too busy fighting God or something with Shawn Michaels, or I don't know what the heck he was doing. So, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. I feel like always like asking this question. Um, have you ever experienced any like paranormal shit,
Um,
like ghost encounters or?
Actually, back during my high school days, I was heavily into Wicca. So, like, I mean, I still have some of my stuff here, but like, I was heavily into Wicca, and then I would do a lot. I had a lot of sleep paralysis, and I would astral project. I don't know if that's going too far, but yeah, I had sleep paralysis, but I would control it to where I would astral project, like out of the window, and stuff like that. They do say that if you have sleep paralysis, like it's a demon choking you and stuff like that. But if you control it and like you calm your mind, because if you're going to sleep paralysis and you attract negative thoughts, negative things are going to happen. You're going to hear whispers, you're going to see shadows. I've been through a lot of that. So yeah, I think it's from me messing with Wicca back in the day. I don't mess with it like nowadays. I still have, you know, like I don't want to get too religious or anything like that, but like I don't know. I'm still kind of like into it, but as far as paranormal, it's just I I haven't. It's been a while since I've done sleep paralysis, and usually I've had a long day and I would go to sleep and I would just like twitch and everything, and you can just like you can see your body. Like I studied all that. Like I was into the occult for a while, like back during my high school days. I think you saw the pictures like when I was like the gothic guy with the Crowley said I look like a gothic guy, a Spock. Like I look like Spock,
Spot.
and with because the ears and everything. Because I would wear the ears. I had like some I don't know what they were made out of, but I would go to school and I'd wear like the elf ears, and I'd had long before then I would have long hair. I don't know if you're too familiar with Mortis, but he's like a band, and he like in his live shows he dresses like a troll. So that was inspiration back then because I'm into like when it comes to music, I'm into like black metal, death metal, pagan metal, and all that stuff. So it might not look like it, but yeah, yeah, it's just funny. But as of late, nothing. I think like I surpassed all that, or I calmed myself, and I have crystals and everything, to cleanse, and I still like take baths with crystals and stuff just to cleanse me and everything. And yeah, it's been a while since I've experienced anything paranormal, so it's kind of good that everything just vanished out, all the negativity and everything. So, but yeah,
Just keeping the good
yeah,
vibes.
yeah. So, and I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, um, I'm pretty much just living my life right now, just chilling, having a good time, doing like what I like to do and everything. So, and any paranormal with you?
No. I like to believe that if there was, I just missed it. They like,
Okay.
it just kind of went past me.
Yeah,
I don't
I've
know.
never seen like ghosts. I've seen shadows and stuff in my sleep, but not like ghosts or like anything. No. So yeah, nothing too interesting. Just that backstory of when I used to be into all that stuff, like heavily into all that stuff. So, but I guess everyone goes through that phase at some point. You're curious.
Yeah.
So
Um, not really too quite sure what else I want to ask Miran. Like I said, I mean,
just
this whole
whatever.
thing was like I didn't have to prepare to people that are gonna tune into this. I didn't have to prepare with the questions. It's just like
Yeah.
I said straight up, like I'm just gonna come into this and go raw.
Yeah. I told him I can talk forever. Like, like whatever you want. We can go for 3 hours if we have to. That's cool. But
Yeah, we're about to
I
hit the
can
2 hour
talk
mark.
forever, especially since I have this sour watermelon. Oh,
The sour watermelon.
I'm having the blueberry one now. Excuse me. But
I'm trying to say like
but
what
yeah,
my
he came into this. He wanted to. Nick. He wanted to come and have questions for me, but he's like, nope. I'm just gonna wing it. Whatever happens, happens. And I told him the best questions and best conversations happens when it's not planned. And here we are. We're talking about like everything. We're talking about like so much stuff. It's just like I don't know how you're gonna title this, like
huh?
wrestling, paranormal, Dr. Pepper,
I mean, it's just gonna
JFE.
what you see right there is that's all it's gonna be referred to as EmoséwA Live with Freddy from JFELITEV. You just have to tune in to find out what we're talking about.
So this is such a weird one. Such a weird one.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I mean, I just wanted to kind of just get to know who you are as a person, what you're all about. I mean, if I can, I was trying to get some like personal stuff that maybe no one's you might not told anyone or I don't know.
Mhm. Well, let me see if I can think. Let me think if I can think of three things. One thing is I was in the U.S. Navy for 4 years back in 2000. From 2000 2004, I was in the U.S. Navy. Did my time. I met one of my best friends in the Navy. He's from California, but we both decided to get out because it felt weird because we feel like we stood out. Like we would in the middle of the night we would go listen to music, just walk around the base, and we noticed that like people were just like robots. Like everyone was doing the same thing, listening to the same music and everything. And him and I were just like we're the outcasts. And so once our 4 years was up, we both got out, and yeah, so yeah, it was a good time and everything. I met a lot of good friends in the Navy, but it seemed too robotic and too controlling. So he got out, then I got out, and we still remain in contact, not as much as we used to, but because he's married and everything. So, but yeah, what else can I say?
I mean, the whole robot thing. That's how I feel like when mostly one man, I just like copy and paste with other people. That's why I try
Yeah,
to get to know the people that are actually, interesting or with
yeah.
actually personality, not just a copy and
I'm
paste.
I'm
Because I
not
feel like I run
interesting
into
at
a lot of
all.
them. Huh?
I don't have any personality, and I'm not interesting.
And there's no person. I mean, but I mean, I feel like you have that standout quality about you. I mean, you're not just
I mean, I look like a normal guy, but there's a lot of things that people don't know. Outside of JFLE, they just think I'm a big wrestling indie fan that likes to edit and whatnot. But there's a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know what else can I say.
any wild moments.
When I was in high school, I was
High
going
school.
through my goth phase. That's when you saw all those pictures. I actually was a mute for 4 years in high school.
A mute.
My best friends that I knew that I met in freshman, I totally stopped talking to them. I grew my hair out long, everything, and I was a mute for 4 years. The teachers would call me out for an answer and everything, and I wouldn't say anything. I'd just be like, and then my senior year is when I actually started coming out and talking. And then I became popular because I was the only freak in high school that was a mute, wearing band shirts, like simple band shirts like Sepultura, Cold Chamber, Tool. And during those times, everybody thought I was a freak because I would wear band shirts. And it's just like it's just a band shirt. I would wear Cradle of Filth, I wrote Slayer, um, a bunch of other stuff, Demi Borgir, everything like that. And people just thought I was just the devil. And they was like, well, you're the only freak in high school. And we had a good population and whatnot. And then during my senior year, I kind of reversed it because I was like, it's my senior year. Let me do something different. So I cut my hair. I had long ass hair to like my shoulders. I cut my hair. I spiked it, and I became like a preppy guy.
Transforms.
I started wearing I revamped myself, and I was like, no, it's my senior year. Let me just try something different. Um, so I revamped myself just because I wanted to. I was like, it's my last year. I only had 3 classes in my senior year, so I was like, I'm going to be there for like 3 hours. So I did all that, and then that's when the girls started coming, the cheerleaders started coming, like the football players were like asking me for advice. Um, like all the popular people were coming to me all of a sudden, and they're like, well, it's a privilege to talk to you because you don't talk to anyone. You were a mute for the whole time of high school, and so it feels like a privilege to talk to you. So yeah, so when I was in my senior year, I became real popular because I think it was the year like She's All That and all that. Those movies came out like She's All That and all those preppy high school movies and whatnot. And they like I was like the Freddie Prinze Jr. of of the senior class, and so everybody was coming up to me and like asking me for advice and this and that. And I was just like, maybe I should have done this sooner because now I'm getting attention. But I kind of liked like I did my 4 years of a mute, and then my last year or my 3 years of a mute, junior, sophomore, freshman, and then my senior year I just started talking, and then it just became like a pimp kind of ish. And everybody was like, I really wish you would express yourself like earlier. You probably would have met a lot of good people, but I don't regret it at all. Like I was glad I did what I did because I was going through a lot of personal problems. Because every teen goes through personal problems, especially during high school. And when you get people from picking on you to being a freak, the only freaking gothic kid in high school, to now like, you're cool, popular. We want to hang out with you. Come sit with us in the lunch table, stuff like that. It was just like different. So I kind of felt like I was wanted, but everything. But I actually didn't like it. I liked being the goth, lonely kid with my Magic players and just hanging out with my like 2 little friends, and just skip school sometimes, go smoke cigarettes, at the bowling alley that was right across the street. But that was. I think that takes the cake. Like a lot of people don't know about that. Like, and now I'm a big talker. I can talk and talk and talk. But when I was in high school, I was like, as I was a mute, I didn't talk, not even to the teachers, the principal, nothing. Like I wasn't a troublemaker. I was an A and B honor roll guy the whole time. Perfect attendance, everything. But I was just a mute. I was just quiet. So, and then my senior year, that's when I started like skipping school, trying to be cool with all the cool kids, and but I didn't like it. I felt like I was too much of a poser. I don't know. People still use that word, poser.
Poser.
I haven't heard it in a while. So, but yeah, that's just another fun fact about me. And it's funny because when I posted that picture on Instagram of me wearing like the gothic stuff, Crowley messaged me and he's like, "Hey, I had the same get up when I was in school. When I had the same shirt and I had the same pants that you were wearing there. So I was just so it like connected us kind of ish, and it's just like I don't know. I think it brings a deeper bond for us. But and then a lot of people were freaked out like who is this like what's but I was just it's crazy, man. Like, I don't know. People evolve, people change, so I've matured, not that I wasn't immature, but I matured and everything. So and what else? I think that's the only two I can think of right now. I think that's about it. So being in the Navy and then the high school thing. So
High school theme.
yeah. So
Uh, were you did you ever like were you much of a fighter back when you were in school, or you're just you just kept it to yourself?
yeah, pretty much just kept to myself.
Okay.
Like I said, I stopped talking to all my friends. I met all these girls and guys that were like in like junior varsity and stuff, and I stopped just talking to them. And they were my best friends, and I just like I don't know. I was going through a lot during high school, so and that's when the whole Wicca thing came in and everything, and it's just personal. Nothing with my family or the way I was growing up. It's just I was going through a lot of stuff. I was finding out who I am because as a teenager, you're going through a lot of stuff. Find out who you are, what you're going through. High school is just a phase. It's not you know, the whole thing. So it's not your life. So it doesn't, you shouldn't treat. A lot of people treat high school like it's the end of their life and they want to be popular and everything. Right? After high school, it gets better. Like most of the people that you meet in high school are not even going to be your friends. Back, they're not going to be your friends. They're all going to just branch out. All get married, get kids, and then you're going to be on your own. So that's what happened to me. I still talk to a couple friends here and there, but it's not as much as I used to. So I don't know. Everyone's just gone their own ways, different states, different towns. So yeah.
It's a sad, the sad life.
Well,
I mean,
yes,
yeah, kind of. I mean, not really. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the whole high school thing. I mean, I kept to certain groups. I usually just like to hang around the weirdos who are
yeah.
equally similar vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I guess senior year was kind of a thing. I mean, just talking to, I don't know, even as freshmen, just talking to random people.
Yeah.
There's some people I just like go out and branch out, but most of the time I just get to small groups.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I used to. I mean, we had the Gothic kids in our in my school. There was like the Gothic kids. I would hang around with them once in a while, but they were just too trouble. Like they did a lot of trouble and everything. They were like outcasts and they would like rebel and everything. I was just like the A and B on a row goth kid that was still good. So I didn't want to like they did drugs, they did all this. They would take someone's car and just go somewhere else and not even come back. I wasn't that kid. I was like the A and B on row mystique goth kid until my senior year. Like I said, when I came out as a preppy boy or whatever the fuck. Whatever I was going. But yeah, but high school. If you're watching any high schoolers, it gets better.
the advice. Um, did you have any I guess throughout your whole whatever school time, did you have any like awkward crush stories?
Well, all I know is that all the people that I have crushes that I used to have crushes on high school are they don't look good anymore.
Don't
So
look
I'm
anymore.
like,
Damn.
yeah, because I work for a company here and I still see some of the locals and some of them still live here and I'm like, what the heck was I thinking back in the day? Like like no judgment or whatever. But I'm just like, why? Like, I mean, I am judging, but I don't know. It's just like, I don't know.
And there's a few that have didn't really age well, but I mean, for the most part, they're doing
Yeah,
well.
the people that used to make fun of me are the ones that are like getting all the trouble. And then like they'll see me at work. And they'll be, hey, Freddy, what's going on? And this and that, blah blah. Like nothing ever happened. I was like, oh, I remember in high school you used to bully me for being different, or no, that was in high school and this. And that. I was like, yeah, but it's still like, you know, it's just weird. Like people, I know people mature and everything, but like I met a lot of people that used to bully me like in high school for being the freak and everything, and now all of a sudden they want to be my friends and everything, and I'm just like you're so fake. Like, yeah, I don't need fake friends. Like I just that's why I don't have many friends nowadays. Like it's just pretty much like me and Jose and like a couple other two people, and then you guys. But other than that, and Crowley and the wrestlers are like everyone else.
The
But
inner circle.
other than that, it's my circle's small because the lesser the circle, the less drama and the less trouble. So, but I mean, I'm fine with it. Like I'm fine with my current friends and everything. So, yeah.
Um, do you collect anything? Like
Mm, memory cards.
memory cards?
Memory cards. No. I really don't.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Hmm.
I don't think
That
so.
was just a question because the population podcast, the podcast I see too. We have guests on like for collectors. I don't know.
Mhm. No, I actually don't. Like, like I said, I was big on the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff for like the last 3 years. Then I just sold my collection real cheap to a good friend, and
Did you own all the Egyptian god cards?
yeah, actually, I kept a binder with all those, um, all that stuff, all the, what is it? What was that? What do you call it? What was that one with the Yu-Gi-Oh ones that had all the immortals, or what were they? The one with the Rev It Up, um,
Right.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hmm.
But anyways, yeah, I have all the immortal dragon cards. I kept like a lot of rares. When I sold my collection, I looked it up on TCG Player because you can scan your card on TCG Player and it tells you like you just put the card there and it tells you how much it is. I don't know if you guys have done that, but if you get the TCG Player app, you can just scan a card. It can be like it can be Pokemon, it can be Magic, and you just scan it and it'll just tell you the price. Like it just detects it. So I kept a lot of the popular ones. So I still have like at least like maybe I want to say at least $1,000 in the binder compared to when I like. That's why I sold my collection cheap at $80. It was just a bunch of commons and uncommons, but I kept most of the rare stuff, like all the old school blue eyes, white dragons, and everything. So yeah, but other than collecting, like I don't I don't
Besides your
really.
shirts.
Oh well, that stopped now because the price has gone down.
Mm. What if I just make a brand number? Start
A
selling
brand. I
a
don't have any Nikes.
brand
I don't have.
shirts. No, I'm saying like, what if I just start my own company and just start making more of those shirts?
I guess we can.
Start just selling it
Would
to
that
you
be
only.
plagiarism? That'd be plagiarism if not then.
Plagiarism. Mm, it's like I don't know.
We can try, but it can be the like wrestling elite tacos or whatever.
Wrestling elite
When we do
tacos
our collabs, elite tacos
collabs.
or emo elite productions or whatever.
Emo elite. The
I mean,
EmoséwA.
there's been a couple of things tossed, but when we do our collabs, but I don't think we'll ever see them come to fruition anytime soon. Maybe
Do you
next year
know?
or something.
Do you know the whole story about EmoséwA?
No, isn't it Franco's last name? No, it's
What?
not his last
It's
name.
Franco's
It's
last name?
not his
What?
last name. It's
Sounds a
not
little
his last
racist, I
name.
mean. No, it's not his
I
last
don't.
name.
I don't know where it came from.
So he's a big Miz fan. Probably not as much as lately, but I mean, back when he was watching the mainstream stuff,
Mhm.
he was big on Miz, and he had a shirt that said "Awesome." I think it was the one that said "Hello, I'm awesome,"
Oh, I see.
and he took a
Okay.
selfie picture right in front of a mirror, and he posted on Facebook, and then Andy had messaged on it saying like, "Oh, that says EmoséwA."
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even know that backstory.
It
Wow,
was
how
just
come he
some
didn't say that?
stupid inside joke, and then it became a whole thing, calling
Oh, I
himself
thought
EmoséwA one.
that's okay. That's how that originated. Y'all need to tell that more because I don't even know how it originated. So, how did wrestling tacos come about? That was just like before Wrestling Kingdom or whatever.
So yeah,
Or you
it
don't
came
know
right.
the, or
It
you don't know
came
that
right
story.
after the Resin Kingdom. Resin Tacos. Not sure how long Franco had the idea of the name, but I mean the whole idea of it was just that we're gonna do a podcast, cover all the shows, and eat breakfast tacos. Because when we started this thing, it was like we're doing it in the
Okay,
morning
mukbang.
time, so
Okay.
Franco would get tacos from Stripes. Or I mean, I don't know. I guess that was just the closest thing nearby, so you just
Yeah,
grab those. So I mean, it was the podcast where we talk about wrestling, and eat tacos.
with all the chewing. Yeah, and
That
Chris
that was that
Carter,
was.
and yeah, we're doing like a mukbang kind of thing.
But I mean, there was no Chris Carr's name though. This is back like when we are just talking about mainstream stuff. Um,
Okay, I
so that
want to go ahead. Sorry.
I was just like, I don't know. For me, I think that was a fun idea to start a podcast, but at the same time, I kind of blame myself because I didn't really have that much passion for it. Like most of the stuff I feel like we're talking about, I just couldn't latch onto it. I mean, I'm a wrestling fan. And
Mhm.
it's that when I can't remember what was going on, or if I didn't have that much intrigue about it, I stay quiet for the most part. I mean, Franco for most time was he had the notes that he would just like to keep him like freshen up the thing. And I was like, I didn't do the whole note thing. So I mean, the whole original podcast was so we just do a whole rundown of every single show from Raw, SmackDown. I think he'll try to put in or NXT or like Impact. It was just so much wrestling.
Yeah, I know. He said he mentioned that he used to do the pro wrestling crates as well too back in the day, but I haven't.
So
I don't know if he was lying or not, or he used to do the
now
unboxings.
we did yeah, if you go back and further the further catalog, we had a bunch of, well, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 of those wrestling
Mhm.
ones. Um, our first ever video we ever uploaded was a toy hunt kind of thing.
Yeah, I want to go back. I want to go way back.
Gotta go way back.
I mean,
I
I'm
think
starting to because YouTube's recommending all these videos from like y'all's channel from like 2 years ago. So that's how I found out about Nico's and the end game. Don't spoil end game.
yeah, that was the whole wrestling tacos thing. I think I feel like Franco probably wanted Tiff to join on, but I think she was working. She had to work most of the time. She'll appear like whenever we switch to nighttime, where we record at night, and then it's nighttime, so I'm already tired from getting out of work, or just like, oh, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I feel like you can probably see in my face because we used to go live. I don't know, it's like Facebook or YouTube, but he would like stream it off of the Mac that he had, so the visual quality wasn't really that great.
Well, from an iPad, I guess it looks kind of decent. I don't know if you can see any lines or scrapes. I'm not in 4K or anything.
Now I mean the quality on your end's pretty good. Um,
It's like
like
I have a
thing,
shadow because I have a ring light on, like right here.
like that's how
Because
we
my
used
room's
to
real dark. My room's dark.
record all our podcasts, like doing that live. So the footage you'd see it just looks very weird. Um, then we stuck to like audio, and then we eventually came across. I think Franco was trying to do Zoom, but then he found a StreamYard, which is what we're like streaming on right now. And then StreamYard was I don't know, it just became the platform the stream on because I
I
mean,
like it because I didn't know what it was, and so when I was like, "Do I have to sign in? Do I have to register for this app? What do I have to do?" And then it was just follow the link, and it's just like you're automatically connected. You don't have to log in or anything. You just that's pretty cool. Like this is like maybe I want to do something like this in the future, and you guys will. I can use StreamYard as a platform as well too. So I just don't know how you do all the fancy schmancy backgrounds and
I mean,
everything, and
it's
the little EmoséwA live with Freddy from J. Like I don't know how to do any of that. I can edit videos, but I can't. I can't. I can't do that. So,
the whole
so
process is pretty. They're just simple. I mean, upload your photos, whatever you have on there, and yeah, you gotta like with this, I gotta switch up. It's not really that much thing. I just kind of switch up the title cards. Like when we do Friday the 14th. Um, watch this. This is gonna look weird. So when I do this, spoiler free rating, we have like different segments.
mhm.
That's a thing for Friday the 14th.
I don't see any
Or I
difference.
mean, we have slogans.
Oh,
I would have
okay.
ended it. Like I think I can even go to the uh the stuff where you can just change up the layout. Like we just magically appeared on Resin Tacos. Look, we're doing Resin Tacos.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool, man. I'm gonna have to like look into this stuff, and maybe I can do stuff. This is how y'all
This
do
is
y'all's live the wrestler of the weeks or whatever y'all were doing.
rest of the week. I mean,
Like y'all were like when it was like you, Andy, or it was Andy, Franco, and like Coach
Tiff.
Carter, or
Or I
yeah,
mean,
Tiff,
yeah,
or when y'all invite a guest to the Friday,
yeah.
like
This
when
is the
there's three of
platform
y'all.
they would use. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what days they record it. I feel like when they do record, I'm usually at work.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they pre-record their stuff. As far as like going live, that's Friday the 14th, and then I guess now EmoséwA live stuff.
How we would have ended
Oh, it's still on there.
it. Yep,
Gotta go back to.
there we go. Wahoo! Freddie Elite here.
It's like
We
where
got the
was
bad
all
guy
that?
Nick H. The H is
The
silent.
H,
I should say JF Elite V. The V is silent, but then that'll copy you.
the V is silence. So I mean,
Or does anyone the whole
because
backstory?
I saw that the OO episode, well, the first one, because Jose made it seem like there was like a whole mysterious thing behind it.
Yeah.
But
It
to
was
me,
like, well, the J, yeah, J is for Jose.
Jose,
The F is for Freddy. The V, next question. What
next
you said.
question.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was
And
trying to be like
I think Andy said it's a variety pack or something like
a
that.
variety pack.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, oh, what doesn't just stand for vlogs?
There's a lot of things
No, so
it can stand for.
it
It
has
can stand
multiple
for video. Everyone thinks it's videos. Everyone thinks it's vlogs. Some people think it's a Vert Vixen. Um,
verbiage.
yeah, we got. What else do we have? We have JF Elite 5, like Sammy Guevara and said, and then we have
Victory.
um,
I mean,
Vasquez for another content creator. That's last name is Vasquez. And then what else was there? There's different things, but I don't know. Everyone was like saying, "What does the V stand for?" Or Jose even asked me, "Why did you put the V?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just like JF Elite V. It was supposed to stand for, I guess, vlogs. I'm like saying it now, or videos, but it was supposed to be vlogs. So we went and started doing vlogs. So that's what's mostly what it stand for. But then we have like people that are taking this to like other like theories and like, does it mean for Vixen? Does it mean Victor? Does it mean we have a secret third member and they start with the letter V because we've been talking to some girl named Vicky, and there's a Victor that we've been talking to, so everyone's just like, well, soon enough you'll be talking. We'll just find out what the V stands for, but the V is standing up for vlogs. Like I didn't want to put JF Elite vlogs. I just wanted to just put V. And I really didn't think we were gonna get like we're still not big, but I think we're gonna get big or anything. So I was just like, you know what, let me just go ahead and just do that, and we're not gonna get big. Nothing's gonna come out of it, so it's just be another name. And so, and then here we are now. So we're kind of growing. We're both all of us are growing in the Texas independent wrestling scene. So, which is always awesome to see. So, but yeah, JF Elite V, not just
V.
JF Elite.
The V is silent.
V or JF Elite 5, some people say. So, You know, where
the
you
bad guy
got.
Nick H.
Yep. Yep. The H is silence, but you still say the bad guy Nick H. You don't say the bad guy Nick.
The bad guy Nick H. What?
No, Nick, because the H is silent. So you just would say the bad guy Nick.
The
Because
H.
isn't the H silent, so you don't say the H? Or is that just a side thing?
So I mean the funny thing of the whole thing, man, there's just like before all of that, I mean, of course, I just referred to myself as Nick H. I was. It sounds
Yeah.
funny saying it out loud because you're, man, like, say what the H. There's people that refer to themselves with their first, or I mean, my actual name is Nicholas, but I go by
Mhm.
Nick. You know, then the whole H thing. That's just how I always write my name out. Then the bad guy name slowly made its way into there. The whole bad guy name comes from because I play a lot of SmackDown versus Raw or like
Mhm.
2K stuff, and the bad guy. I mean, of course, that's from Scott Hall for Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just use it because
The bad guy.
it sounded hilarious, and especially how my character was. I just go, um, Franco and I would play each other, and we'd like either play glass man standing matches or like backstage brawls. And we always like grab like a steel baseball bat and just knock each other out with it. So I like my character beating down people or just simply doing a Stone Cold flick off, or I
Yeah.
always have my character sets the boo like the heel. So the whole name that the bad guy. Yeah, the bad guy. That's originates back to like uh I don't know. It's been like maybe 09, 010 ish.
Mhm.
So it's been like 10 years or over 10 years since the names
Jeez.
the bad guy, the bad guy Nick H, and then
It should
they
be.
just came together.
It should be Silent Bob Nick Cage.
So yeah, and then the whole bad guy Nick H. It's hilarious. I don't know like if Andy ever came with the name like before, but I feel like that was like the original guy to have a full on name.
Yeah.
Then Franco started slowly creeping up from behind and
Mhm.
referring to him as Franco because he was just known as like Frank, or people would call him Frankie.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the older stuff. I used to be like Frank, so I don't know. I should call him Franco or Frank or
Then he
Francois or whatever, So, but I just call him Franco. So
his whole thing, the whole
when he introduced himself, he didn't say I'm Franco or Frank. He just said it's nice to meet you guys finally. And I was
it's
just
nice
like,
to meet you guys.
that's
So,
it. That's all.
skip
That's all
names,
he
we'll ask
said.
later.
So
No, but I mean, I
so
remember one time where I was at his house, one of his houses in Corpus, and we're watching that movie with Michael Cera, Youth in Revolt, and he
yeah.
had an alter ego named Francois or something like that. I was so part of it is taken from that idea, like and then we're playing the of course the video games, the rest of the games, and then he had his hair like combed down,
Yeah.
like you're just gonna make up another personality, and then Franco had so happened to be a name on the list of the names you can choose from. It's like, oh, so now he's like a different personality. It was hilarious. Then of course the whole EmoséwA story
Mhm.
incorporated into that.
How was Andy known as the anomaly? Like, do you know how
I'm
to
not really
like?
too sure on that story at all, to be honest.
Okay.
I think he
Yeah,
was
I
just
know it
trying to
was.
really come up with the name, like
Shout out.
what should we go by as? I mean, he's Andy, but then he was also in the earlier days when I met him, he was trying to be referred to as Seven.
Oh yeah, siete. Excuse me.
So that was another name that you're trying to go by.
Yeah, that explains the whole. And he says, every time I see you, you're trying to copy me. I was like, no, it's real catchy. It's real gimmicky. So I'm not trying to steal your thing or anything. It's just Jose goes like this, and then he can just go like that. So
And
I
then,
don't
I
know.
mean, he goes by Andy now, but he was going by another name before that, his actual government given name. But I don't know if he wants me
Yeah,
to say
yeah.
his actual
A
name.
77777 works or whatever he said.
It works.
A7X whatever.
And as far as the H is silent, that is, well, my last name. You pronounce my last name, and
Mm.
it's the H is silent. Also, my full name, the H is also silent in Nicholas. And then that whole thing was just like it was just a random thing because I remember we'd record for these intros for the Rest Tacos podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's like it was an ongoing gag, like all the H silent. Like one of the intros, it's us pretending to be wrestling announcers. So Franco's trying to announce himself, say, "Oh, from this corner, wing at so and so, the EmoséwA one, Franco," and then I'm over like saying, and I'm coming at this height and wing, it's all debatable, whatever, saying, and I'm like, the bad guy, Nick H, the H silent, and like it was like the H silent, kind of like a little whisper to the side, and I don't know,
Well,
it
I
just
know.
means it became part of the name going
Yeah, a
forth.
lot of people got to know who you were during our pro wrestling crate that we did in for the GCWA, because that's like my highest viewed pro wrestling crate, like our collab. That's the highest ever. So now, you were stuck in between in the middle, and everyone's like, "Why is he the bad guy? He looks like such a cool, awesome guy."
The bad
and
guy.
it seems like Jose was the bad guy because Franco was like, I was like, "Who wants to go first?" And Franco's like, "I'll go first," and then Jose just, oh, and he just takes his own thing. So, but I mean, that was fun to film. Shout out to Ty Fi for doing the camera work on that. She did good. So, but that was
Funny
an
thing about,
experience too.
yeah, the whole, I mean, the video thing. I mean, I was just probably gonna stand aside, but then like all like, come on, be part of the video. I was
You were
like,
like in
all
the
right,
dead center middle, so you're like the whole attention. Like everyone was putting the box on you and grabbing stuff, and I was just like, I don't know how if he's gonna feel comfortable about all this. So
I don't know. I mean,
I guess
in
it
a
worked out.
sense,
It was a
like
funny
kind
video.
of, I don't really say much because I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say anything. Like I don't know. I don't want to steal the attention or whatever.
Yeah.
It's more like, well, I'm gonna be on these guys' video. Like, I want to be no
I
attention
mean, you
hog.
said, I mean, you said some stuff like your hands in Franco pants and stuff like that,
Yeah, I usually just like
but
saying the most random thing, whatever. A lot of times when
yeah.
I like talk on like Friday the 14th, I always make references to stupid things from movies
Mhm.
or whatever. And most of the time, whoever I'm talking with, they don't understand the references I'm putting out there, so they go, "Well, there goes that." And like I said, I mean that I barely even, I don't know. You gotta build a vibe, like a connection with you're gonna talk around the people you're with. Because
Yeah.
when I was doing the video with
I
y'all,
seriously,
I
I
really
thought it
didn't
was just
talk with y'all.
yeah, I thought it was just gonna be me, Andy, and Franco, and then you'd be doing the camera work. But then I'm glad we included you because that gave another opinion and everything. So it was just pretty cool just to see you like doing something outside of what you do. So I appreciate all the. And we got some laughs because you would say, "What's up with that?" Or your hands in Franco pants, and
Right.
so so it
So
was just, I don't know, it was pretty cool. It kind of brought out your personality a little bit, but you know, it's not the bad guy personality that you do on
the
here.
bad guy
So,
persona.
yeah. So,
I
and
know.
it's like, I don't know if you watched our Instagram stories, but I think Jose said he wanted to go heel on you guys. He was just like, yeah, we'll just go to wrestling tacos and just low blow them, and we'll just become heels
I
or
remember
something.
seeing
I think
the clip.
Franco had mentioned something, and he's like, well, I guess we just got to watch our backs at every show, because there's a whole thing going on that they thought I was trying to steal their gimmick. I don't know if you saw the Casey Black Rose Uwu at the end. Franco was like, and this is to JF Elite for trying to steal our gimmick. Fuck you. And he was like, woo. I don't know what he did. I still don't know what he was talking about.
See,
So I'm
there's
just like clueless. Like, I don't know, but apparently I was trying to steal their gimmick. I don't know how. Maybe I gave him an idea and he thought I was going to take it from him. Or maybe he thought I was going to steal Casey from them because, I guess we wanted to do something with Casey, but we left because I had to work in the morning, and so they did the ooh with Casey. But if you look at the end of the video, there's a little fun thing, and at the end of the video, and Franco's just like, to JF Elite for trying to steal our gimmick, fuck you or whatever. And I was just like, what? Like, bro, I'm not trying to. I'm just, I don't know. We're trying to think of ideas. So if you feel like I stole your gimmick, I apologize. Maybe it's because I would always do the Andy thing too. I always do it, but I just do it just to kind of promote you guys or whatnot. So, or to give, because this is when I was barely getting to know you all. So, and I don't know. Andy was a funny guy. So I just always mimic him just to get his opinions or his. I know he would talk. He'd be like, "Hey, do this. Stop doing that. Blah blah." Or every time I see you guys, you're doing that slogan and that's mine and this and that. It's like I'm sorry. It's just a habit. It's real catchy. So, but there won't be no more of that. I'm pretty sure. So.
See the whole lyrics thing about, I don't know, because when the whole mentioned the clip, but the whole say like the whole low blow thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at that like, and I remember asking Franco like, "Oh, is there some kind of fake beef between us?" And I don't know. And then I mean, just like how you mentioned about the whole stealing whatever
Mm-hmm.
stealing thing. I mean, most of the time when they have these conversations outside of it, I'm on the outside looking in. Like I'm not. I don't. Most of the references I really don't really understand myself. It's I don't know. It's really weird explaining because I feel like because Resin Tacos, I feel like it's become a brand of itself. Like it's just become its own
Yeah.
thing, even though it
Mm-hmm.
was branched underneath a whole
Yeah.
different brand itself. And like I said, I was like in season one, it was me and Franco. Season two, Franco and the Reaper, which is a good friend of mine, Franco's. Season three, he had me, Franco, Reaper, and then Andy was introduced into the brand. I mean, he made appearances like different podcasts, whatever, but he made his debut, so to speak. And then I guess going forward in the current times, when he moved back from Kansas, um, it the spotlight's more like on Andy. I mean, um, I might have blamed myself. Yeah, sure. Like I'm kind of I just stepped back on it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not really rest tacos, so to say, because I felt that way back in season two. I was like, oh, remember when someone mentioned like when they would like Robzilla gave us a shout out on his one of his songs, and like he's like when he shouted us out, I was like, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm racing tacos. I kind of feel like it's come back to that point, like I don't really feel like I'm considered racing tacos because
Yeah.
whenever you see posts, I'm not really so much
Yeah.
in it.
You're not. Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm like most of the time whenever they refer to me, I'm like I'm the Friday the 14th guy.
Yeah.
Like I
Then
mean,
you're
sure
on that
that's cool
side.
to be
But
referred to that, but kind of
yeah,
one of
I know.
the originals.
I kind of feel your way because like Franco promotes us a lot. Like on Instagram, we'll post something, and he'll just like check out this interview, check out this content. But I don't feel like I do it as much as for you guys. But like I don't know, like I think people think that we're like fanboys and whatever. Like we get along, we're cool and everything, but we're kind of busting out the same content. And it's just I don't know. To me, it's weird because like I know Franco promotes us a lot, and I appreciate that. And we're trying to get our names out there. It's just awesome, but it's just like I don't know. Like I don't know where I'm going with this, but like I don't feel like I do much for you all. Like I will promote you guys' stuff and everything, but it feels like you all go like more far and beyond. And one of the things that bothers me in this whole like content creator scene and everything is just I hate I hate it with passion that everyone says that JF Elite is the best content creator in Texas. Like I have people that tell me that. I mean, I heard wrestlers say that, and the truth is, all content creators in the independent Texas wrestling are equal. We all do something different. We all have something to prove. Like y'all do interviews with the wrestlers. We do edits. We do shows. We don't do interviews. That's one of the things I don't want to do is because everybody likes to do interviews. Like if we want to do an interview, I wanted to make it like special or something like that. So like I really hate it with the passion when we get promoted. Like JF Elite, not no hate or anything, but JF Elite is the best content creator in Texas. Like it's just like no, like we're all equal. We're all doing something different. We're all I like I said I hate that with the passion. It's just like and then people start attacking me and then drama starts and all that stuff. Which there's no drama here because we have fun here. So I don't know. I just don't like that slogan that um, people say JF Elite is the best content creator in Texas because I don't think I am. Like I'm good at what I do, but I'm not like elite. I'm not. I'm not. I mean, we're JF Elite, but
You're
so
pretty elite.
like yeah. Well, right now I'm Freddy Elite. But yeah, just I don't. I don't know. I think there's people that probably not the best content, but they promote more content than we do. Like we do a lot of good content, but for us it takes time because I put like time and effort to editing. I just don't want to get a video out like the day after, or sometimes I'll take like a week to 4 days to post like a show edit before the way when we did, because I'm kind of curious how somebody else does it, and it's just like, well, I don't want to do the same thing they do. Like I want to change it up a bit because like I don't know, I don't want us to be with other content. This is not just you guys. This is with like everyone, all the content creators in Texas. Like I like, I just don't want to. I want to produce something different. That's why in my edits, like I'll have like a lot of transitions. I'll have like a lot of effects in there, and stuff. And I mean, we get noticed and everything. It's just it's just I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We kind of do good videos, but I mean, we have a good camera and everything. But I mean, it's not all about that. I think all the content creators in Texas, they're all different. We're all like variant. There's a couple maybe that are the same, but I mean, we do what we like to do, and that's support Texas independent wrestling. I don't think we should judge like who has the best content, or who who's doing what, or who's going where. When I think we're just all like united. Like I think we're like, even though we all don't get along, what's it called? I think we're just all like equal, like because we all, like I said, we all just do what we like to do, and it's just we go to the road, we travel on the road like the wrestlers, get content, get interviews, shows, little stuff on the sides, do. And the thing that I like about you guys is because guys like to collab a lot. I know some other content creators that they're kind of just selfish and want to do their own thing, and they're like, oh well, we don't need you, no names or anything like that. And it's just like, okay, I don't need that drama here. Like I don't need that negative energy there, And so, yeah. So, but yeah, we're not the best. We're not the best content creator in Texas. I'm pretty sure there's some guy in Dallas or Austin that I haven't been to, that some guy's creating even better content, But I think we're all just equal. Like, I don't know. It's just,
Yeah,
but that's what that's what I get
pressure.
a lot. Like, yeah, it is too much pressure because then I have to feel like I have to produce the best. And I've done a lot of editings where it's not my best, but it still gets good views and everything. It gets good everything, but like I don't know. Like I feel like I'm pressured, like you said, to just do everything. Like I don't know, but I don't know. It's just weird. But what are you gonna do? I guess people want to compete because at the end, it's kind of a competition, maybe. But for me, it's just like, for other people it might be a competition, but for me, it's just like we're equal. We all, I mean, when y'all do y'all's uwus or whatever, like maybe after the uwus, maybe me and Jose can get an interview, but we don't do that. Like we don't, I don't think we have any interviews on our channel right now. Like there's no interviews with anybody. So, I mean, we just want to be different. We want. I mean, because if you hear one interview, you'll hear them everywhere else. I guess pretty much. So it's the same story and everything. So, but you guys do a good job at it. So, and everything. And I rely on you guys to do the interviews. That way, I don't have to use my time to, go interview ASF, or have to go interview Thoracic Park or something like that. So, but yeah. I mean, we're just here, all just here just to support the Texas independent wrestling scene. And yeah. Sorry, I had to vent about that. I had to get that out of the way because I really hate it when people say we're the best content creator in Texas. It's just, it's not true. It's not true. We're just a fresh start. So, and things are going our way. So maybe in 2022, it might take a different toll because we're going to be upgrading on a lot of things. But as of now, I'm satisfied where we're at. So, yes, sir.
It's a very, very great words from humble man.
Yep, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That whole drama thing was, I'm kind of glad I'm not really involved with it.
Yeah. But I mean, we're not involved too, but somehow we're involved. So it's just like
guilty by association.
Yeah, but I mean, the same thing with the wrestlers. They have their drama. There's people that they don't like, some people that they do like. So, I mean, it's all just in nature, I guess. I don't know, but drama's never a thing. Like I said, for like the 5th time, we have fun here. That's our goals. Even Franco decided that we should collab on a shirt and just put "We have fun here," no drama. So maybe we'll see that in the
So
future.
there's
Maybe
so they're
so
saying that I mean Franco and I always just be random. Anytime we there'll be a phrase or a slogan or whatever. It's like oh we gotta put on a t-shirt.
yep.
Yeah, it's just random.
I think Andy came up with that. So I feel like you guys own it more than we do. But Jose kind of prompted Andy to say it on that TWL video where he said, and then there's this guy who's mad at me and he's like, "We have fun here," and like whenever I say "we have fun here," I try to say it in Andy's voice. Like whenever I read it, I read it in Andy's voice. Like, "We have fun here," so I think like it's more you guys' copyright than because Andy said it. So I try not to use it a lot because you know I think it's more of y'all's property than it is ours, and we don't want to be stealing anything. So I don't know.
Um, yeah, I mean, um, I do enjoy your editing skills and your some of the stuff you do.
Yeah, I've learned from the ground. I didn't take no classes. I've learned everything from the ground up by myself. So just watching YouTube videos and everything. So it's been a hobby. I used to do cruise videos because I would go like whenever I go to Vegas, and this is like on another channel that it's a personal, it's a more of a personal page, but like that's where I started, and I would do like vlogs like when I would go to Vegas, and I want to go on a cruise, and I would just like start vlogging and everything, and then that's what led to the JFELITEV changing it to wrestling instead of lifestyle. So I went from lifestyle personal page to what are you doing? You getting some more Dr. Pepper?
What?
You drinking some more Dr. Pepper?
Nah, I was the sponsor. I don't know who was sponsored by. We were sponsored by Ghost or we sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
I
Both.
can be you can be sponsored, but yo, it's Dr. Pepper on your side and Ghost on my side. So, but
Editing.
yeah,
I was like, I know. I mean, yeah, Franco started trying to do a whole editing thing.
and he's Franco's stepping up. I see it. I see in the last couple of videos. I'm like, dude, you're upping up your editing. That's good, and it's I can see you're trying real hard. You get to up the game, and he's like he's going up there. So and I'm just like, I was like, oh, these guys are gonna catch up to. I mean, no competition, but I'm just like, like I don't know, like I'm kind of glad he's stepping up, and I think like maybe I'm not gonna say I influenced it, but I'm probably like I don't know, because everyone does their content different. Like some people have music, some people don't have music, some people do full matches, some people cut the matches, some people only post this and that, but y'all do a little bit of everything. I do a lot of cuts and edits. I don't do full matches because I think that's boring. Like a whole 30-minute match, like nonstop, like with no music and no announcing or anything like that. But I'm not gonna lie, there's some people that do that. They get a lot of views more than like with like music and effects and everything like that. So it just depends the kind of content that you create because a person can do a dual 30-minute video nonstop and they'll get like 1,000 views, and then I'm over here editing with like effects, music, highlights, transitions, doing all the zooms and everything, and I'll like barely get any views. So I mean, I guess it just depends what people expects, but I know Franco's been stepping up. I've noticed that, so shout out to him. He's been doing good on the highlight videos. So like he said, he's got to step up the content. So I hope I'm influencing him a little bit. So I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's probably. I mean, because I had my own channel. Of course, this was during the whole WK stuff, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I had the bad guy Nick Gage channel. I don't really upload as much, but that whole thing was, of course, I was trying to learn how to edit my own stuff, making the intro, the outro, or they're like little simple edits that I'd have images appear or so I don't know, just like different stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't stop. I stopped doing it after I stopped doing YouTube. YouTube just whatever's here. I mean, that's what I focus on this channel mainly. But I mean, at one point I was doing the side thing, the bad guy in the cage, and
Interesting.
I would have this stuff like, because I feel like I always wanted to do live streaming. I mean, at one point I did want to do a gaming live stream, whatever. And I'll have
Mhm.
these like almost 30-minute long videos of me just talking about nonsense, and I would that would be titled the bad guy update, and it would just be whatever month it was, like May or June,
Mhm.
and they were just stuff like promoting like, oh, this is what's gonna happen. This will happen the previous week. We refer to these weeks as content week, because there'll be like a whole week with nothing but straight
Mhm.
content.
Yeah.
But nowadays, maybe we don't refer to my content week at all. It
Yeah.
just I don't know, but at the time it was like a big deal because each month would just like do a whole content thing, and then my bag
I don't have.
updates were just like the look back on it.
That's why I think, like, the reason I have my own personal YouTube channel, but the reason I want to start it just to because it has a lot of my family and everything. So I like to go back and just document my life and just if I ever have like future kids in the future or grandkids or whatever, they can go back on there and be like, oh, relive the moments. But I mean, I haven't uploaded on that channel in like a good few months. So because I started doing this now, and this is like more this is getting more like publicity and everything. So nobody wants to know about me personally. They want to know about the wrestling world. So it's all good though. I'm fine with that. So
It's, I mean, I don't know.
I told
Uh,
Jose like eventually he's gonna start his own channel, but he doesn't know. He wants to get a good computer that he's been looking at, and he said he wants to start learning how to edit and everything. It's just like, well, if you learn how to do that, that would be great for me because, I'm always busy here and everything. So, but we'll see. He said he's looking on getting a good computer, and he wants to start editing or start doing his own thing. I told him, well, if you want to start your own channel, for whatever reason, feel free to. You're always going to be under my umbrella for us too. But if you want to start your own like gaming stuff, or you want to do your Twitch streams or whatever, um, it's going to be expensive to do because you got to get all this equipment. But do what you want to do too. Like you don't have to just keep it to us. So I want everyone to succeed. You, me, everyone. So even if Andy starts his own channel in Alabama with his own Ubus and his own wrestling scene up there, it's going to be a different ball game. So, but I mean, it'd be fun to get to know wrestlers from like in that town or in the surrounding area. And just maybe have them collab with people from GCWA or PPW or TWL or BOW. So, it all works in the end. So, I guess so.
so I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to go off the record. I don't know. Um, I feel like
I got the screw off, by the way.
screw up.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the story.
Because before Franco started doing all these um stuff, like I don't know, before he started doing extra stuff, like as far as like creating the thumbnails and um intros, or
I suck at
just like
thumbnails. I
making
hate
like
doing
little,
thumbnails.
or making post stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if he was inspired by me, because before I saw anything of him posting that stuff, it was me doing most of the
Yeah.
like when I had my channel, I that was the first one to have the thumbnails and the intro and outro, whatever. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I can make the full on claim I was the inspiration to that, or I mean, because he did it like kind of like right after I did that thing.
No. He's better at thumbnails than I am because I can't. I just try to pick a frame that's good or is eye catching, but I don't really edit it all high quality and put words and stuff. That's too much for me. So, but I know it'll catch some people. But for my videos, I know they're just there. They know they're gonna have good content. So I don't have to make some fancy. No, I mean no pun. It's just I don't like making thumbnails. Like I'll just pick a random frame that looks cool. Like if it's the girls fighting, like I'll put like them close to each other or them punching or something. I don't have to put like words like Roxy versus Alejandra Leon and put like all these fancy words and hearts and whatnot. It's like no, I hate thumbnails. The hardest part about YouTube is doing the thumbnails. So shout out
Thumbnails.
to yeah, how to shout out to, and I have a good program for thumbnails. I'm not gonna lie. I just it takes me longer to do a thumbnail than it does to edit a video. So because I don't know what people want, I don't know what to look for, and I watch YouTube videos on it. I know about all the free programs, and thumbnails is by far the hardest thing to because you got to capture the eye of people. So, but I'm doing good just doing like regular frames or random frames. So it's working for me. So that's what I'm going for right now. So, but I know you're an artist, so I mean the thumbnails you should be doing all the thumbnails because you're an artist. So, or you should be
What?
like hinting or you're giving advice. But I think Franco just does everything, huh?
Yeah, he kind of just took his whole. I don't know. I mean, he just like I said, I don't know if I inspired him with anything, but he did start doing stuff like after I took the initiative of doing all that.
Mhm.
Um, I kind of, I mean, because I was doing my own thing, like I was doing for YouTube, whatever. Or and I did at one point, I made this cool banner of Wrestling Kingdom Entertainment. It's like a bunch of Photoshop like cutouts of me, Franco, pretty much anyone that was in the brand. Like we're all there together. I would have like the logos of Wrestling Tacos, Population, which is the collecting podcast, and then it would say like on Spotify, just like a bunch of stuff. And like and for my thumbnails, I mean, I try to put things together. So it took a while. I mean, I don't know. I but Mike, I feel like the Photoshop thing I was using, I had to like freaking like cut it out perfectly. So I'm pretty sure there's premium things where you can
Yeah.
pay for a
Mm-hmm.
point and then it automatically cuts it out for you. But I never paid for the thing, so I just over doing it free, and I was like, oh man, this is it's a pain in the ass to try to cut out the image perfectly. So I kind of just like stopped doing Photoshop, like as far as cropping out people and
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about Photoshop. I don't.
It's like, ah, it's
I
too much work,
don't. I
and
took
I'm
it
not
in.
even.
I took it in high school, but like our teacher was just never there half the time, so we would just be in class playing games on the computer. Like he was never there, and I don't know how they got away with that. So, but I did take Adobe Photoshop 101. I learned nothing, absolutely nothing. So.
Oh, it's like the whole thing also is like I never it was never done like a laptop or a computer. It was just always straight up on my touchscreen phone or whatever.
Yeah.
So like and then like right now, I mean my phone's like a one of like a notes phone, so it's like a bigger screen to work with. But some of the other phones are like all smaller screens, like using your finger or whatever stylus that was on. Um, but the whole art thing, it all comes from like just growing up. I was just like enjoy drawing whatever. When I was bored, like I would just be there in like class, I mean like math class or like algebra or whatever, so you're just drawing like randomly. Or I mean, I did have art classes in high school or junior high, but the funny thing about that, I mean, I learned a little bit, but even with the drawing stuff, I never went by how the style that was being taught. I was just like, I'm just gonna continue doing my own style. So I mean, I learned, but I didn't learn. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. So I mean, you have the artistic side of you, which is pretty cool. So a quick question. I have to take an intermission. How do we do that?
Intermission.
I just gotta go potty real quick. I don't
Hmm.
want to leave you alone.
Um. I mean,
You're just gonna be
it's up
there
to you.
by
Did you want
yourself.
to continue the stream or did you want to?
We can, yeah. I would like to continue. It's gonna be like 10 seconds.
Okay. Well, because there's no way like really any way of pausing it. So I mean, at
And
this point,
nah,
it's kind of
it has
just
to be an
it's kind of
intermission.
me
Yeah.
like just kind of I gotta
We'll
find a
let the
topic and
viewers
then try to
know.
stall.
We'll stall for a little bit, and I want to continue though. We have to go at least 3 hours.
3 hours and almost there.
All right, give me a minute.
All
Or give me
right.
a second.
1 second. 60, 59, 58. I'm gonna just countdown. Um, I mean, if you stuck around this long, it's pretty awesome. I mean, we're almost like at 3 hours. It's a record, I guess, for this a new streaming thing. We It's kind of reminiscent of our old podcast when we had some guests, and that was back when we had. I mean, it would be Franco, or I guess Ti-Fi, a bunch of us all together. And the hilarious part is I did not do any of the talking whenever we had guests on, so the guests would be just be talking to them. I don't know, just a bunch of back and forth stuff. I believe that the guest that broke what nearly 3 hours was Trinity Comics, the guys from Trinity Comics. And that episode, those episodes are pretty hilarious. But I mean, I say this is a record-setting time as of lately, recent. It's very random. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Not really good at stalling. um. Let's see. What can I stall you with? I mean, you can just join me drinking this Dr. Pepper.
Gainsgar. Well, I have to open another ghost. Oh, sorry about that, man. I had to go. I drank 2 energy drinks already, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to sleep because it's already about 11 o'clock. That's the time. So. But yeah, how'd you stall? How'd it go?
So the whole stalling was kind of pointless. Referring back to I was saying because of the duration time that we haven't hit this type of time since maybe 2 or 3 years ago. when we used to like do guest episodes.
Oh, I don't want to beat the record for longest stream ever because
I mean, maybe I don't know. I honestly don't remember who has the record for that one.
Oh, well, you go back.
And I was saying that even with that longest duration, that was with like 4 to 5 people on one table.
I'm pretty sure that was a lot of like opinions and content and everything. So.
Yeah, it was. I let Franco doesn't like long duration stuff.
So he would hate it.
That's a little.
Guys are still going on.
That's a little secret.
I can talk forever, dude. I can talk forever.
So yeah, he's like, once he's tired, he's tired. He's gonna be like, oh, all right, we should just end this.
Yeah.
But me, I mean, as long as the topics are interesting or whatever the conversation.
I mean, it just feels like I'm just, I like this because it's just like, at first I was real nervous because you hit me up for it and I was just like, I don't know. But then I was just like, you know what? Let's just roll with it. Let's do it. I even told him like if it's 3 hours, 4 hours long, I'm fine. I can talk forever. So I have no plans. I gotta edit the BOW video, but I'll do that a little later. It probably won't be out till Friday. So. I think Franco's gonna have his video out. I don't like it because Franco, he's getting all professional on me. Like he start posting on Sundays where he has on Sundays in a post what's upcoming for the week. Like he'll be like ooh on Monday, BOW on Wednesday, and then Mats and Tats on Thursday. And like he has a whole like he stepped it up a lot. Like you guys are really and then you're doing your thing, and so you guys are releasing content like crazy, and I'm just like I'm so jealous. Like like he works his ass off. Y'all work y'all's ass off. So
I was ready for some as Franco. I gave him the nickname Franco the Promoter. I mean, there's always different nicknames I would give him like before he started diving into interviews. Like I call him like Franco the Interviewer. There's like, cause it was hilarious because he's doing like dual interviews.
I know he works overnight too, so the fact that he's does overnight and does all the editing or everything, like I'm kind of in his shoes, but like he has a family. I don't have a family. Well, I have my mom, but I don't have like I don't have a baby or a wife, but
Same here. I don't have it.
So I don't know the fact that he's just stepping it up all in all. Like he's like 100% in this, and like he even posted like the goals on. He's like, I usually don't post my goals, but me and Tiffany were talking about, the goal. Like it's just like, who are you? Like, but I'm glad
who are you?
Goals. Yeah, I'm glad he has goals for his channel or you guys' channel and everything. Like so I'm just like over here like I'm jealous because I don't promote. I promote my stuff, but like I don't know. I really don't, but I do. Like I'll just post it one time. I won't. whatever. And then you guys will promote me, and then I'll promote you guys, and then Crowley will promote us, and other wrestlers will promote us. Usually Royal Taxation if it's with them. So, but like he's stepping it up, and I'm just like over here like jealous. Like I wish I had his mentality, and you know, I don't know. I mean, I know he wants us to succeed and everything, so, and I want us to succeed, but and the fact that we work together, or not work together, the fact that we collab with each other is pretty fun though. So. Yes, sir. How's that Dr. Pepper going? You're gonna finish the whole bottle or the stream is ending.
Funny thing is, I'm drinking this really slow, and yeah, I mean, the size of this one is
I'm
actually
this
just
ghost like crazy. That's why I'm talking like.
1 liter.
Just chug it. You probably have some liquor in there or something.
No,
or you're straight edge.
I am straight edge.
Okay. Y'all are. So I've noticed that.
Well, I mean, I'll try it.
Which is no problem. I know Franco said he doesn't drink. I don't know about Auntie. I don't know about Ty-Fi. Probably won't drink if she's there.
Yeah, I mean, Andy, I guess it just depends who he's around with. I mean, he drinks. I don't know if he does it just to go full on drunk. Tiff, she drinks, but I mean, yeah, I guess when we're all together, I mean, it's all just it's out of respect to me. Just
because I know when I go to my shows, like I'll go to GCWA or show, and I'll be drinking, and like Andy or Frank will be like, "Oh, you're drinking a beer?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm just like, I don't know. I kind of feel judged, but not. But it's just like I like to enjoy my time and then film I film better when I'm like, I don't get tipsy because I have to drive back home. But Jose always is there for me. So like I like to have like 3 or 4 beers just to wind down, and it'll help me like I can interview fans, and like I do that. And so I feel weird because they don't drink, and like sometimes I want to buy them a drink or you guys a drink, and then it's like, oh, I don't drink. It's just like, okay, well, Jose doesn't really drink at all. He drinks wine once in a while, but he hasn't drank at the live shows or anything like that. So, but I usually do, and I just like to have a good time, watch the show, enjoy, drink, and everything. So, but I've noticed that you guys are like mostly all like good guys, or you're a bad guy, but
still. I'm a bad guy. I mean, as far as alcohol, man, just try it. I mean, I'd say I don't really.
Yeah. Sometimes it's less troublesome when you don't have alcohol, because then how some people get drunk and then they get all testosterone build up and they start fighting with random people. I hate those kind of.
Start fighting, or I mean, you either become a fighter or you become emotional.
Yeah, exactly. The girls will become emotional. The guys will be fighters. So, not me. I'm usually like a friendly one. So, but
no, I mean, I'm a Dr. Verolic.
So, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, what's your plan for 2022 for the stream? Before you're gonna build it up, you said you want to.
Oh, I mean, EmoséwA Live. I have a few.
Is that what we're officially calling it? Because I don't know what it's called. It's EmoséwA Live.
I was thinking maybe
EmoséwA Live with the bad guy Nick H.
With the bad guy Nick H. Because like I said, this is still up for grabs. Like anyone can jump on, but it's still. I mean, as of right now, I'm kind of holding down the fort, pretty much taking advantage of it. It's like I don't know. And then plus
let's see what you can.
If I get down a few more interviews, probably, I don't know. I mean, I guess this live can still be a thing, but I maybe come up with a new stream. I mean, it'll be the same thing. Like, it doesn't have to be necessarily like a podcast format.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe you can talk about subjects or something, like have someone come on and talk. I guess because how the Friday the 14th is horror movie. I guess this one can be like just random stuff, or like you said, you want to get to know the person that you're interviewing, like unleash some secrets, or let them flesh out stuff that people don't know about them, and stuff like that. So, but it's just the people that you get. I'm pretty sure you can get Fuentes on here to unleash all hell.
Well,
You can get
I'll see.
Franco on here to
I,
combat my. You can get Andy on here when he's in Alabama, saying he's missing us all. You know, so it works out. It works out.
I was thinking about, man. I don't know, because we already have like a uh a podcast with Fuentes, because that's initially how he got involved with us. He was a guest on our Rest Tacos. We would have like end of the month guest, and there's like either a person that does a local rapper or a
I
indie
thought I,
indie wrestler, or
I thought he was related to you because they would say Fuentes is your twin. So I
I
thought he was
just
related to you.
I just have some silly joke that Andy tries to
Okay,
put
okay,
him.
because that's I thought y'all were all related, and whenever I say Mr. Fuentes, they're like Nick, like it's his twin or whatever. Like, and I hear that all the time, so I'm just like, I guess they're related. I kind of see it, but I don't know if they are or they're just, if it's a
It's
gimmick
just
thing
the
or what.
just the skin tone and the
I need to
facial
stop
hair.
slouching. I need to stop slouching. I'm over here like this.
But yeah, he initially started out as just a guest. I mean, we were Franco, and I guess all of us were just we like what his music, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He was right after the Robzilla. Um, after that podcast, because I don't know, I think I was like maybe an hour or too long. We had to split it up in two different parts for like the audio files.
Yeah.
um, but as I was saying, like, because he already mentioned, I don't know how much stuff he mentioned from that podcast. I can't remember much, but just kind of I don't know. I guess I want to get some fresh faces first, and maybe do
Yeah.
a turn back, like go back.
Mm-hmm.
Franco, I think
A
I've
part two.
interviewed part two, a catch up, like how are you, how's it like being Friday 14, or just like the look back,
I want to
the
hear. You
journey.
need to do an interview with him about his 2022 goals for the channel because that's something that I think people would be interested in. So,
Franco,
and
I
maybe we'll do.
interviewed
And
once.
maybe we should do like a collab where it's me, you, and Franco all here, and we just talk about content and how we do things different and how we collab. And I think that'd be fun. I think that would get the wrestlers invested and everyone. So, but I mean, I could be wrong. People don't want to see us because they want to see the bad guy Nick H. So
The back in the cage.
they want to see him and his Dr. Pepper.
I
They
gotta
don't want to see me and my Ghost Energy, my second Ghost Energy.
the bad guy in the cage just gotta build his character development. I don't know.
I think you're doing a good job. I mean, to me, you are. Like Jose says, I don't know who that guy is because he's just the third guy that's real quiet.
The third guy.
So
Yeah, I don't know. Because I always like every time I attend the shows, I'm just like, I sure these guys, everyone's like, they're there for wrestling, like everyone's a wrestling fan, but I guess because when initially we'd go, but before we started actually recording stuff at the shows, we just go there and then leave. The only person I think Franco would talk to would be Mario from Off the Wall, and then I guess he slowly started talking to other people that are, yes, doing the same thing, like recording and all that. But yeah, I mean, it's like after
I
the
know
show, it's like,
I helped on the last Uwu because we had the baby crying, so I had to, which I didn't mind. It was cool. So I did the last two Uwus that we had on the last previous shows. But hopefully the videos will be up soon. So if there's any camera shake or editing, that's my fault. So
camera shit.
no, because when like Franco was like, "Do you mind doing the Uwu for us?" Because Andy's not here, and so I did it. But like my arms, because when I do my camera, I have a tripod, so the tripod is just like this. But when you're holding a phone like this for like 15 to 20 minutes, like my arms are just like they're becoming spaghetti, and I'm just like, I was like, how do you guys do this? Like, I need a tripod. You can't just use your phone. But I mean, I guess they're used to it, so it's all good. So I'm always with my tripod. So except for this last show, I wasn't on my tripod because I had the screw stuck in here, and I finally got it out. So for my brand new camera, by the way. So. But yeah, I'm kind of excited where you take the EmoséwA live in the future to next year or what. So you never knew. I guess you never know who's going to be a guest. It could be some random person, some random wrestling fan. It could be
Yeah,
Jose.
gotta add him onto the list and then see what is
You need to do one with me and him like side by side. That way, I think it'd be more interesting. We can talk about like anime, and because he's all into anime and Power Rangers and stuff like. He's more geeky than I am, so. But I learned a lot from him, so. And I raised him pretty much, so he's me and him are like real close, like, and everything. So, and he's a good guy like me. He's not a bad guy.
Oh, not everyone's a bad
No,
guy.
no offense.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask you. Have you watched? This is like totally off topic. Have you watched
I
the
mean, was anything
Chucky
already on topic?
miniseries? Have you watched the Chucky miniseries by chance?
To be honest, not yet. No, no, I've not seen it yet.
I watched the I watched the first two episodes and they were good, but then I stopped watching because I got so busy. But apparently they're streaming them for free on USA. So if you ever want to catch up, and to the fans that want to catch up on the Chucky minute, because the season finale is tomorrow, I think. So they're doing a on USA. They're doing. I think you might have to download an app. I'm not too sure. They have every episode leading up to tomorrow. So, but I watched the first two episodes and I liked it. But after that, I stopped watching it because I just got real busy with editing and everything. So I was just curious if you've seen it because I think someone had posted it on y'all's something that I'm finally gonna watch this Chucky series. How is it? I don't know, it was Mr.
Oh,
Fuentes or it was you
that
or
was
somebody.
Rob from Rob War.
Okay, okay, yeah. There
He
you
was saying that, and I was like, all right. Tell me if it's good or not. So yeah, the whole storyline, I think, from that whole Child's Play series, I think, Chucky series, I think it takes place after the Cult of Chucky, which is the last movie that came
go. Yeah,
out. I just had not be able to dive into it because, like, it's the subscription I was doing was YouTube TV. I would watch all the like whatever cable,
mm-hmm.
whatever stuff like that, and then so I was like running low on money, so like I had to cut it off.
Yeah,
But I think they are streaming the series on. I think it was Paramount or Peacock. I can't remember which one it was.
oh,
So
okay.
those are some of the
Yeah, I think
streaming
they're streaming
services
on
I have.
Peacock as well. Yeah,
I was like, oh, maybe I'll check it out from here now.
I don't have Peacock, so
Yeah, like I was over here just subscribe to every single damn thing.
uh,
Like Peak.
fun fact: I don't have any streaming services. All I have is YouTube. I don't have Netflix. I don't have Hulu. I don't have Crunchyroll. I do watch Tubi once in a while, but
The
with
free
all the
stuff.
ads, it kind of sucks sometimes.
Yeah,
But I do watch Tubi.
Pluto TV.
Everyone always asks me like, have you watched Squid Games or have you watched it? I was like, dude, I don't have any streaming services. How do you living in 2021 with no streaming services? I was just like, I mean, I was like, if I want to know anything, I'll just go on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube pretty much. So, like, if you don't watch the show, just you can watch the episode one synopsis
The
or
snaps,
people,
like how
yeah,
I say it,
yeah, the highlights
snaps.
and everything. It's just like exactly. But people
Yeah, I
always
mean,
freak out because they're like, you don't have Netflix, you don't have Hulu, you don't have this and that, you don't have this. It's just like I don't have time for it, I just don't. So I can't always engage in conversation about all the trendy like movies that are going on Netflix or anything. It's just like, and people think I'm weird because of that. But it's just like I'm busy. I'm trying to run a business. I'm trying to run a YouTube channel. I'm trying to live my own life. So, but I don't know.
yeah, I have all that stuff, but it's like I feel like I'm just wasting my money. Not, I don't know, not because there's not really that much content. It's that a lot of times I
Mm-hmm.
don't even take advantage of the services. Like I'll watch some
Yeah,
stuff, but I never really fully watch anything.
yeah.
Like most of the time,
When I
I'm just
had
spending my time on YouTube.
yeah when I had Netflix, I'd spend more time trying to find a movie than watching a movie. Like forever, just like okay, what can I? Back in the day, it used to be good. They had like back in 2010, it was awesome. They had so much movies and everything, and now everything's getting filtered and copyrighted and owned by other people. So they took out a lot of good stuff. And then like everyone is starting their own streaming services now because like Fox, Disney. So they took out all that stuff out of Netflix and they're doing their own thing. Back in the day, it was pretty good because I used to have it when I used to pay $6.99 with no ads, and it was great. I used to watch horror movies, um, documentaries, all kinds of stuff. But nowadays, it's died down a lot. It's like I don't know, cookie cutter stuff that you can't. I don't know. Back in the day, you can be on there and find something that you couldn't find anywhere. Nowadays, it's just like trendy stuff, and it's just like, you know. But that was back in the day. I haven't had Netflix in about 2 years, so you know, I know. I go once in a while um, when I have my free trial, but I wait to the whole Stranger Thing because I watch the only thing I watch on Netflix is Stranger Things. So I wait when they offer me a trial, and I'll go on there and watch the Stranger Things. I watched season one, two. I think they're on the third one, or I don't know if they're gonna start the third one. But I watched those all for free for my free trial because it was a 1 week free trial, and I'll just binge the whole thing and then cancel my account again. But yeah, that's about it. Just Stranger Things on there that it really interests me. I'm not really into Squid Games or the Tiger King and all this other
I
stuff.
never watched that.
I watched one episode of the Tiger King and the first episode, and I didn't like it. So I understand he's like a gimmicky guy, and he was gay and all this stuff and blah blah blah. But it just didn't catch my attention. So people always ask me,
Sorry,
like,
could you say that again?
Sorry, sir, like,
Can you say that again, sir?
stop, stop! I put you on mute. I was talking about Tiger King, and Siri got pissed off and said, like, "You want to say that again?" I'm like, "Stop."
I want to say it again. You offended me. As far as the whole, Netflix and all that, here's a secret, fun fact, secret that I feel like it's like almost a shame for me to even say it, but I secretly am a fan of rom-coms.
Oh, what are those?
Well, romantic comedies, or even just the whole genre of romance movies. Huh?
From the 90s? From the 90s?
Well, from far back or even current stuff, like any romantic movies. I don't know, it's just a weird, random.
You're talking about the B the B movies with the girls showing their stuff all the time.
They're showing stuff. No, romantic movies, like
I guess I would consider you a romantic guy then.
a romantic guy. That's hilarious because people know me because I like horror movies, I like comedies, but it's one of those.
You give off that vibe that you like horror movies, but there's more to that. I'm pretty sure there's more to you than that. So
there's a lot of stuff
I'm
that
not a fan of
not many people know.
I'm not a fan of comedies in general, just some popular stuff. But when I go to the movie, like when I go to the theater, the movies, like I don't want to watch a comedy. I want to watch action. I want to watch DC. I want to watch Marvel, some kind of epic, stuff. But when it comes to romantic comedies, it's just not my thing. But for you, it's a different story, I guess. So they can be fun. It just depends what actors are in it, and everything. So
man,
you got a favorite? You got a favorite actor?
As far as
comedy.
Besides
Jim Carrey.
So I have a couple of favorite actors. One of them is actually
just in general, whatever. It doesn't have to be comedy.
Well, two actors that come to mind have a bad rep currently. I don't know, but I feel like it's not really safe for me to mention their names.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna say it anyway, because at the time I was really I still kind of am because I enjoy the work they put out, but they have that mark on them that they're just looked down on now. But like I was always a Tom Hanks guy. I really liked a bunch of Tom Hanks movies.
I don't know who that is.
Tom Hanks.
Oh, Tom Hanks. Oh,
it's like what? It's like the one.
Why does he have a bad reputation?
Because he is associated with the whole Hollywood thing. Like pretty much every actor is attached to his. I don't know. He's pretty much being called a child
one of those
predator. I don't know.
The ring of whatever that's going on.
The whole Epstein, whatever.
Now you want to get political. I don't want to talk.
Not sure. I don't want to get political. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know, because that can be forever.
But he has that whole thing that people still mention. I see on Facebook and all that. I was like, oh boy. And then another guy, James Franco, which he he got in trouble because he was messaging a, I guess, a 17-year-old or
Jeez. How are they supposed to
people like
know?
people
You know how many
reporting.
TikTokers do that and they don't get in trouble? Like all the famed TikTok boys that look the same are going for underage people and they don't do nothing to them because they have 1.6 billion views.
And so he has all that attached to him. They think he's a child predator. But
Oh,
an actor who I guess he's still, I mean, he has a good rep right now. Miles Teller. I don't know if you ever heard of that actor.
if I know a movie, maybe.
Let's see. There he comes out. He's not really a big role in it, but he comes out in Divergent. He comes out in a movie called Whiplash. Um, comes out in the Fantastic Four reboot movie they did that it was apparently horrible to everyone.
What did
He
he
was
play in that one?
Mr. Fantastic.
No. Is that the guy from Godzilla? Was he in Godzilla too, or is that the different actor?
That's probably someone else.
Okay, yeah.
The Spectacular Now. I don't know if you ever heard of that one. Um, comes out a lot of movies. But his whole rep was that he was like he had that like he was like just like the party guy, the comedy guy. When he first started, he was coming like in movies like I think it was a movie called 21 and Over or something like that. It was like
Oh
comedy,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then he made like a little cameo in Project X, The Awkward Moment with Zac Efron.
Nope, never seen it.
Anyways, yeah, is he's a really good actor. Just that when he started out, he was just being known as that party guy or comedy guy, but he's done a lot more serious roles.
Interesting.
So there's like, I mean, yeah, those three guys. There's more actors, but
Interesting.
I mean,
No girls? No actresses?
actresses.
Any actresses?
Um, I don't know. That don't really come to mind. I
I know a
mean,
couple, but I just don't know their names. Like I can't name every actress, but I can name the movies they're in, but I can't name their name because I don't know who.
just to name a random one that's really really attractive, or I mean, I don't know. Zoe Deschanel is pretty cool
Oh,
actress. I kind of heard that there's some, I don't know, like backstage or whatever. There's like drama. I think I heard something about
oh,
that, but I don't know.
oh.
Ah,
Interesting. Oh, now we're getting to the good stuff.
the good stuff.
Ooh, I need to get another energy drink. No, yeah. As far as my actors and actors, I've always liked Jim Carrey. Um, Jim Carrey can play every character he can. He's played the Riddler. He's played Man on the Moon. He's done what's that movie where it's the story of it fight or what is it? The movie of his life where he knows that he's in a fake world and they're recording him.
The Truman
Yeah, the Truman Show.
Show.
Uh, yeah, Dumb and Dumb. Yeah, the Truman Show, Dumb and
Dumb and
Dumber.
Dumber.
Fun fact: the first Jim Carrey movie that I watched was back like in '98. I want to see, and at the time he was doing Lifetime movies. So the first time I saw Jim Carrey, he did a movie called Doing Time on Maple Drive, which a lot of people don't know because it's just a Lifetime depressing. It's like the most depressing movie ever. Like every issue, abortion coming out, drunkenness, everything's like in that movie. But Jim Carrey played a drunk guy in that movie, and that's the first time I saw him in that movie. And he played like the brother, but he was a drunk, so he would be like in the whole movie he was always depressed and drunk and whatnot. So when people say like, Jim Carrey always does comedies, and everything, I'm just like, no. Have you seen this movie? Have you seen this movie? It was a Lifetime movie back like in the '90s, and they're like, no. And I was like, yeah, most people haven't seen it, but that's when his best work was in that movie, and I have the DVD. Like I bought the DVD just for that, and if I ever see him, I want him to sign it, which probably not gonna happen, but unless he stumbles into us or JFELITEV. So, but I doubt that. But yeah, Jim Carrey, like He reminds me of my uncle because my uncle looked like Jim Carrey and he was funny and everything. And yeah, so as far as like guys, there's Mike Myers, of course. I don't know if he's going through anything or whatever. We got Austin Powers. Well, I liked him in Wayne's World, before he became more popular. And then Talisa Soto, who played Katana in the first Mortal Kombat, had a crush on her for the longest time. So I always watch all her movies. So License to Drive and Runaway, something, Getaway. So I'm like a big old 90s, like 80s and 90s guy, like when it comes to like all this stuff. So, but yeah, but like as of recent, like I don't have any favorite actors. Like I don't have a Zac Efron, or I don't have
A
a
second.
or Dwayne Johnson or Vin Diesel or anything like that. Like I don't.
A-listers.
Yeah. So I all mine are just like old school B, C plus independent films. Lilith from Crowley, she was in a bunch of independent films. I think she was, and then she made her big debut on, I think it was Friday Night Lights. She's in that movie. So, yeah. So, yeah. When it comes to movies, like, I don't know. I'll just stick to horror. How about that?
Seems hard.
But I don't know about the new stuff. I like the old stuff, though.
Yeah. A lot of the new stuff's like real iffy.
It's too gimmicky, and it's too, like, something's going to happen, or it's going to jump scare. Like, to me, it's like, I'll go with my friends, and they're like, and they're scared and everything, and like guys and girls, and I'm just like over here, like, oh, he's just gonna show up right in a minute, and what do you know? He shows up, and I was just like, I've seen too many of these movies that I know what's gonna happen. Like, it's too predictable. Like, it is like so. So,
Sip, sip.
oh, you gotta take a sip. You're gonna finish that thing by the end of the show. You're already about halfway done, right?
Thing is, I don't want to chug all of it down, and
I was
then
surprised with drinking all that you haven't had to go to an intermission.
intermission. Yeah.
So,
Before starting on, I mean, I went to the restroom, but I mean, then this, I mean, it's a lot to consume. So
no, it's been
almost there.
fun doing this. I want to do this again at some point with Jose, maybe,
Um,
and maybe Franco. I think it'd
Franco.
be like real. I think it would be real debatable and everything. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be fun if it was like me, you, and then like Jose, and then Franco, maybe Andy, and everyone's just like Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble.
But I know you said you're gonna call it quits on the EmoséwA thing, but then you messaged me. You're like, you know what? I got more, I got more power in me. Let me try this JF Elite thing. So appreciate you for thinking about that. And I seriously didn't think I was gonna come on, and here I am with all the energy in the world. By the way,
All the- You know,
that's why I
fun.
just
Yeah,
quit. So,
I think
yeah.
before I had the Murph on the second interview, I think I did have you in mind, or I was like, oh, who else would I want to interview?
Why me though? I'm not interested. I'm not
I'm like, because
interested.
I was telling Rob, and I was like, oh, this was after, because the stream was already over, and then I was messaging
Yeah.
him saying, EmoséwA, it was like, it was a fun time. And then I was like, I think it was like the next day or maybe a couple of days. I'm like, I'm itching for another one. I just don't know who I would get on. And he's like, oh, well, you should get the Murph one. I was like, hey, you're right. I just didn't
That
really.
one was pretty long too. The Murph one. I mean, I sat for most of it.
Oh, that one's like an hour. And then the
Yeah.
Rob one, that was 2 hours. And then this
Well,
one's like three and a half hours.
we'll cut it off soon. We'll cut it off soon, guys. I promise.
Huh?
Because there's a lot. There's a lot to.
It's
I
not
hate doing these things. Like I can go on forever, dude. If we're gonna do 8 hours, that's fine.
8 hours.
I doubt it because I have to work in the morning at 7. But I'm fine.
Yeah,
But yeah.
to wake up in the morning too. Um, I mean, not because I want to, but my battery life is kind of slowly draining away.
That's good. It's all good, man. We can
Maybe
wrap it
we
up.
can get to. Let's see, what time is it?
3:30.
28. Am I 2 minutes behind?
I see three. I see 3:24:50.
No, like the actual clock time. Because on my this is
Oh, I see
11:29.
11:29. Eleven twenty
Okay,
nine on my.
but you're just kind of just running up the time that
Oh, I guess I don't
you
know.
said
What
30. Is
time
like
is
what?
it?
It's not that 38.
No, I'm at the 11:29.
Okay, so I mean, I guess 11:35. I mean, I don't know.
That's fine.
See one for my
That's fine.
battery's at from there.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. No problem.
But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, I had you in mind. I mean, despite you feeling like that you're not that cool enough or like that important enough, I mean, I still, because I remember I was just going based off the ooh. I was like, oh, I mean, our oohs are like they're pretty like fast, simple questions. Like, sure, you get to know a little bit of the backstory, but it's like, wouldn't it be cooler to dive more into who this guys actually are?
Yeah.
Because I know like we have wrestler of the week, but like guys didn't like.
Yeah.
I didn't really
Yeah.
like want to focus on like just wrestlers, like because
Yeah.
Frank was
On
already
Ooh, yeah.
doing it.
O's is mostly wrestlers, and I think you had Tabos on Adventures on Owu as well too. So when Franco came to me for the idea, I was just like, well, we're not wrestlers, but he's like, well, let's just collab and let's just do a Owu. Let's see how it goes. And we just agreed to it. It was like unplanned, everything. So, like I said, the best things go better when it's unplanned. So we did the Uwu on you guys' channel, and it was fun and everything. And then we did in return, we did the unboxing on our channel, which was fun and the highest view unboxing ever. So, you know, I guess it all worked out for us. So, you know,
The latest part about the whatever the doubles one is that it wasn't really. I mean, sure, it was an ooh like
that's
we're
when
about to unpack, but then it was like it wasn't really an ooh because he was trying to play more towards his whole gimmick thing, like his championship thing. Like he
yeah,
attacked Andy and it's
that's
like, oh,
yeah, that's one title I don't have that I was gonna go for, and we had it all set up on the last video and everything, and we're gonna go for the all content creator the championship. But then once we found out it was stolen and everything, I decided to back out because I was like, I don't want to have a stolen belt. I don't want to be like I want to win it fair, and if I want to win it, I want to win it in a cinematic match that I want to do. You know, with teleportation, fireballs, and like Tabos was up for it. He was up for it, but then somebody else wanted to do other things, and he went with that. And
mm,
so our everything that we planned just I don't know. I guess because mine took too much time. Like I wanted to build it up, and I wanted to be like the first ever cinematic all content. Well, I think they already had one before, but I wanted to make it more like cinematic, like with like teleportation and like fireballs and like Matrix like matches and like 3D and like I had all this all planned out, but then didn't work out. So, but it's fine. Like if I'm not the all content champion at all, I'm fine with that. So, you know. But I mean, it is what it is. Andy's a champion. I'm not a champion.
it's
But yeah, it's crazy.
like it's like backstory is like what? How many people actually know about that story?
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's just some random thing
It's like I mean the whole idea was like you haven't mentioned that to like Franco or Andy.
What?
That
What?
whole I mean your whole ideas and whatever.
Well,
Was that
me,
like a
I talked. Me and Andy were talking about being at the GCWA after hours. The last one that we're going to be co-champions. So it's going to be JFELITEV and Wrestling Tacos. Like we're going to both pin whoever was the champion at the time. I don't know who it was. And me and Andy were going to be the first ever co all content champions, and we would be promoting our shows. We would have the belts at, you know, we do collabs and we have the belt, and but we were so close to doing it. Like Andy talked about all the time, like we're going to be the first. Like I think on the last video or something, he posted that we're going to be the next because like Davos was like, we're gonna be champions, or no one can take this champion from me. And Andy was just like, well, not one person can take it from you, but two people are, and we're gonna be the co-champions. And but that never happened. It was so close to happening though. Like I worked with Andy. I was like, let's just be the co-champions, and then but it didn't work out because of some other content creator beat us to something else, and yeah. But it's okay because we have fun here.
We have fun here.
Yeah. So, but we were close to being. We're gonna be if we did win the all content championship. We decided that it was going to be both of us, and we even teased it that it was going to be both of us, but it just never came into fruition. So, and I teased that I was going to be the next content champion at the next show, but it totally went in the whole circle and it didn't happen either at all. So, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is.
Yep. So I can't be an all content champion, even though I do content. So
one day.
Oh, don't start with that. Maybe one. Yeah. The thing is, if I win that title, like I have my Apple Pencil here. I need to stop. If I win that title, I want to keep it for a while. But I don't know how Tabos will feel with all that. Like, you know, I mean, I'll promote him because I'll be like, this is the Tabos all content adventure. But then at the same time, it's just like, you know, like I don't know. I think I can do it on my own. So. And Jose even came out like coming up with a championship of our own, you know, the JF Elite thing, and I was just like, nah. I was like, somebody else has a title that they promote on their, you know, they made an official title for the promotions to, you know, deal with. So, you know, I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about, but yeah, that's about it. I don't want to cause no drama or controversy. I'm just saying, like, you know, we just have fun here. That's all we do. We don't want to cause any drama. We have fun here. So, and I've said that like a million times on this thing. So.
Fun here. The snap.
So, you got 4 minutes, unless your battery's dying. Are we gonna wrap it up now? However you want to do it.
Let's see, where was that? I don't know. I can last 4 minutes. Like at 8%.
Well, I guess we can end it. It's fine. Cool.
Yeah, I guess.
It's been about. I have 3:32 on my live. So
yeah.
You probably have 3:36.
What? Oh no, well, man, was this live? Yeah, we're at 3:32. But okay. Actual clock time, it's 11:36.
And that's because you told me, did you plug in your? You're gonna have your phone plugged in, and I had it plugged in. You didn't plug in yours.
What?
Nothing.
I mean, because I have my earphones that gets attached, like it's USB Type C.
Oh yeah.
So I just kind of like going based off the battery life itself. So we're 3 hours.
Holy snap, dude! I feel like a freaking breeze. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna do a shameless plug. JFELITEV on Instagram, JFELITEV on Twitter. I think that's it. We don't have a Facebook yet. We might start a Facebook, but it might be under another umbrella or chain, but we don't know yet. We're still talking about everything, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for all the content that's coming out, as always. Franco, looking forward to seeing your content come out as well too. Nick H, you too. The bad guy Nick H, excuse me.
The bad guy Nick H.
Exactly.
I put respect on the name.
Looking forward to more of these lives of yours. And maybe we can do one with Jose by my side. It'd be fun. But that's about it. Like, there's nothing else. I think we talked about pretty much everything that's going on, like my life, editing,
everything.
Yeah. So this is like a one for all for one kind of thing. So.
It's like it's hilarious because I mean over 3 hours and like I really didn't cover any questions. I was just trying to go like, right, what do we do? It's like just make
guys that are driving or whatever listen to this podcast or this EmoséwA live. If you're bored and you have to do a 4-hour drive, listen to us and see what we talked about. I think it'd be pretty cool. I shared a lot of cool stories. So did Nick. So did the bad guy Nick H. So I don't know why I'm promoting this at the very end when it's just. But yeah, it's been an interesting live. So appreciate you having me on here, of course.
No problem. Hopefully to see you again on Friday the 14th.
Yeah, we're talking about it. You still gotta watch Deadly Friend. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know if it's on Tubi yet. If not, I'll lend you guys the DVD and Blu-ray or what. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you have a DVD or Blu-ray player, and I can lend y'all the movie, and then we can just talk about it for
Just
like
talk,
3 hours. Because that's my
talk
favorite
about
movie
it.
of all time.
3 hours. When is gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna have to leave this one.
I know. He's like, I have a show like in 2 hours. Can you please hurry up?
The longest Friday the 14th stream ever.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I mean, thanks for viewing,
of
listening,
course. Of course.
and then I'm gonna do my cheesy outro. Remember, folks, always be
Okay.
on the bad guy. And
See you later, kids.
stream.